specials happening.
All right, well, we're on the air. David G. Hall, our Vice President of Syndication for the Phil Hendry Show, and Dr. Jim Sadler, who works in our Human Resources Department here, are on the program tonight because you gentlemen were talking about this television show that we are involved in called Teachers for NBC. And the way that I wasn't quite clear, David, the way that relates to your superiors?
Well, for your listeners' purpose, Phil, and thank you for having us on your program tonight, when you are employed by a company and you throw a big party to which you invite your coworkers, it's generally considered a very, very good idea to invite your bosses, the people, the managers, and not doing that sends a message to the people that employ you that you may not take your employment seriously, okay?
If I could jump in, Phil.
Dr. Jim Sadler joins us. Dr. Sadler, how are you?
I'm very well, Phil. If I could I wanted to jump in and follow up on what David was saying. The television program that you're involved in called Teachers, and you taped the show the other night.
We had a taping on Tuesday night, yeah.
And did you invite any of the principals?
In other words, did you invite you didn't invite me or anyone at Premiere or Clear Channel, did you?
No, sir, I didn't. The only people I did invite...
Yeah, who did you invite? That's significant.
I invited my wife and children. My wife, Maria, and the two younger kids, because the other guys are at college. I mean, that was it.
Right.
Why? Why did you...
Let me ask you, Phil, why did you not invite David and other people who are principals?
Because I didn't think it was as important to have them there as it was to have my family there.
That's a mistake, and I'll tell you why it's in. Dr. Sadler can probably expand on it, but that's a mistake.
Why is that a mistake? Because when you guys started out the program, you said it's important if you have a party to invite your bosses, right? If you have
I'm trying to apply it to the people in your audience, but right now we're talking about the fact that you are embarking on a new career here that could have fairly serious ramifications, right, Doctor?
Well, the television world is going to take you into a higher income bracket. It's going to...
There's a chance that you would not be on the radio anymore, isn't there?
I don't want to discuss that. No, I don't think there was a chance. I want to do my radio show. But I don't understand how this relates to what you're saying when you say that you should invite your bosses to big parties that you're having.
Well, you should always include your superiors. If you're having a big party, if you're having a big celebration, the people who are your direct employers should be invited. And the reason, Phil, and I've worked in human resources for a variety of companies for some 27 years. The reason for this is fairly elementary. By inviting the people who are the most important to you in your life, you are showing them that you're appreciative of them, that you like working for them, and that you want to maintain your relations with them. And by not inviting, as Dr. Sadler said, the most important people in your life, you're saying that, in a way, if I could use some language, you're blowing them off, saying maybe you think you're a bigger star.
Well, let's take this one at a time. Who are the most important people in my life?
Well, you would think that the most important people in your life are the people that employ you, the people that pay you, the people...
What about my wife? What about my children?
They're very important people.
We're not saying they're not important, but anybody out there will tell you the single most important individual in your life is the guy that holds the key to life and then possibly death, and that's the man who employs you. And
let me ask you this. What if you're self-employed? Am I the most important person to me?
Yes, you are, as funny as that sounds, because you provide the living that you enjoy. You run the company that you also work for. So you are the most important person in your life. And then your wife and your children, or your husband and your children. And then that's...
So my wife, in my case, my wife and kids are not as important to invite to the teacher's taping as, say, you, David, or someone else in the company.
That is correct. If I'm reading the doctor right.
Yeah, it is. It's true. And I don't think there's anyone's going to disagree. The question that I have is why you didn't think of that, or why that did not come into your mind.
Well, I didn't invite anybody from the company other than my wife and my kids because they just didn't seem important enough, I guess.
And that's a failing.
See, that's a failing.
It's a failing to consider my wife and kids more important.
Yeah, a lot of people don't get this. I'm not saying you don't love your wife or you don't love your kids. I'm saying that they are not as important as the individual who employs you. In this case, it would be me or Lowry Mays or some of these guys at Clear Channel.
Well, let me jump in and give out our phone number here as we begin our show tonight. 1-800-449-8686. 1-800-449-8686. My wife and kids are not the most important people in the world to me. When you say that, that's your guy's opinion. When you say that, you're basically saying that about everybody, that it's the guy that employs you.
It's the person, it's the woman that employs you, yeah. And when you stump them, when you don't invite them to it's one thing when someone gets married. It's one thing if there's a baby being christened. It's another thing if there is if you're starting a new business. But you are in a television show, which is about it's a cut above.
Exactly. And not inviting me or any of the other people at Clear Channel, Gabe Hobbs or some of these guys, you're saying that we don't matter as much. And we are the ones that employ you. Do you understand what I'm saying, Phil?
And are you guys saying that you're offended that you were not invited?
Well, I suppose I could speak to Dave.
We're a little bit offended, but what we're more concerned about is why you wouldn't get it. Why don't you get that? See, that bothers me.
Yeah, we're more concerned with why you don't understand.
All right, if I invite you to a wedding, but I don't invite you to my TV taping.
That's an insult, because...
Why? Because a television taping is more important?
A television taping is not more important in terms of the personal impact, but television taping is certainly bigger than a wedding. It's bigger than a child's christening.
It's taping of a television program, Phil, that will be seen worldwide. You see?
All right, so in other words, if I don't invite you guys to a TV taping, but I invite you to a wedding or a baptism, I'm insulting you.
It's not an insult, no. But and again, we're speaking up to any boss, any employer anywhere. We need to be, and we need to know that we are the single most important people in your life, because we are. And when you didn't invite me to the teacher's taping on NBC on Tuesday night, when's it going to be on the air?
Oh, we're going to be on the air on Thursdays at 9:30 following My Name is Earl. And that'll start April the 6th.
April the 6th. All right. So you've got the prime slot on NBC. Is that right?
That is the prime slot, right, Phil?
It shows that the network really likes the show.
All right. Very important show, and you didn't invite me or any principal from the company, but you invited your wife and your kid. And that hurts me, not personally, but it makes me think that I employed somebody that doesn't get it. And that's all I'm saying.
Well, if I've made a mistake, I still am not clear as to what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's why I have Dr. Sadler.
You can think of it this way. Think of it as your career is the money that you use to feed your family. If you don't have your career, do you have any money to feed your family?
No.
All right. Then why would you not invite members of your profession to witness you on the television show, and that could be huge. I don't understand where you.
I didn't think of it. I'm sorry if it offended you.
But you see, it's a little too late now.
I didn't think of it. I mean, I'm sorry if I offended you.
But it's too late now.
If I invited you to the taping next Tuesday night.
See, that's not the point.
No, that's the point. The fact is, the first one you didn't invite him to. And that says a lot about what you think about people you work for at Premier Radio and Clear Channel. And that, in turn, sends the message to them that you are getting ready to leave the radio business. And let me use the word, Phil. In their minds, you're going to become some kind of a big-shot TV star.
Well, yeah, and after everything we've done for you.
All right, let me get back to you guys in a moment. I got to take a break.
But you understand what saying, right?
I think I'm understanding what you're saying. Our number is 1-800-449-8686. The Phil Hendry Show. Tuesday night, we taped our very first episode of Teachers. The show will debut April the 6th at 9:30 p.m. on NBC. Right after the great show, my name is Earl. And I did invite just Maria and Chris and Catherine to the taping. They sat in the front row there. And I didn't invite anybody from, I didn't invite any of my bosses. In fact, Mark and Emily, my engineer Mark and producer Mark and his wife Emily are going to go on Tuesday night. When you do not invite your boss to a major event, you are not inviting the most important person in your life, and you're basically discounting the importance of that person in your life. Now, that is the message I'm getting here from our human resources doctor, Dr. Sadler, and from David Hall. And we'll get back with this interesting discussion in a moment here. 1-800-449-8686, Phil Hendry Show.
The Phil Hendry Show, 1-800-449-8686. You need a checkup from the neck up. 1-800-449-8686. The Phil Hendry Show is back.
I'm talking to David G. Hall, Vice President of Syndication for the Phil Hendry Show, and Dr. Jim Sadler, who is the Director of Human Resources. And I wanted to ask you gentlemen, you say that the most important person in our lives is the person who employs us, not our wife, not our husband, not our children, not our immediate family, because that individual basically provides our living, right, Dr. Sadler?
Yeah. So, in other words, you had a television program on Tuesday night, and that is the singular biggest event I think that could happen in anyone's life. Your boss, in this case Mr. Hall or Mr. Mays or whoever, is the most important person in your life. How could you not take the biggest event that anybody could be involved in, and that is a television show all over the world, and not invite the most important person? And
because I didn't do that, what does that tell you about me or about any employee?
That would tell me that person has...
well, the doctor used the words borderline personality. They don't understand where reality ends and fantasy begins. And it's not a serious mental condition so much as it's the inability to process information.
That is correct. The inability, what we call the inability to get it.
All right, 1-800-449, the inability to get it. I can't tell you that I agree with anything you're saying.
Well, no, we gather that, but I'm trying to get you to understand your responsibility because I'm your immediate superior.
And exactly, Phil. That's, it's informational.
All right, 1-800-449-8686. Let me go to Kendra. Kendra, hi, you're on the Phil Hendry Show.
I disagree so much with what he's saying. That's just the dumbest thing I've ever heard. First off, this is not the most important thing in your life. This is maybe the most important thing in your career. Your career is a part of your life. It's not your whole life.
This is David G. Hall. Who am I speaking with?
Kendra?
All right, Kendra, I'm an employer, and I don't know what your experience is with employing people, but the most important thing in someone's life is their ability to provide for their family. If they can't do that, the family begins to disintegrate, and ultimately there is infidelity and children stray, and so on. Dr. Sadler, you can help me with...
Yeah, Kendra, so therefore the most important person... what is your career, Kendra?
I'm in the mortgage industry.
All right, so the most important person in your life is the guy you work for. I guess it's the guy, right?
It is,
all right,
but it's not the most important person in my life.
Oh, so if you lose your job tomorrow and you can't feed your children...
It's not going to be because of that one person. And it's not going to be because I didn't invite that one person to something.
Well,
if this was such a big deal, and the first time that this person is on TV, why would you want to invite your boss when there's something you've never done and it's so huge? What if you completely fall flat on your face? That's not something you want to invite your boss to.
The fact of the matter is that having a television show that Mr. Henry's involved in, how many people do you know that are on the TV show? 0. Okay, me too. And he didn't invite his boss, says that Phil Hendry thinks they don't matter, and he's moving on with his life.
Well, wait a minute. That doesn't say anything like that at all.
Let us just finish.
It doesn't say anything like that.
Because we're talking to the caller. We're not talking to you, Phil. And when I would say that...
No, it's my life that we're talking about.
I'm asking you to just be quiet for a minute. Because you got a TV show, I'm not saying you're a big shot, but you're acting like a big shot.
A TV show can get canceled after one show.
Yeah, but how many people are...
This is a done deal, and he's going to be on this forever.
Right.
This was a first-time try-it technique.
Exactly.
And why would you want to have everybody in your life there
and the other thing
when you don't even know how you're going to do?
So
you don't know how it's going to be perceived.
He's on a TV show, and he doesn't invite me. What does that say about how he thinks? He must think that he's better than me or something, right?
No, he must think maybe that he just wants to go and see what this is like and how it turns out.
Right, I want to do the TV show.
I'm asking the host of the show to just let me talk to the caller, and if you wouldn't mind, Phil, just shut up for a minute. This is Dr. Jim Sadler. What Phil is saying, and the message he's sending to the people in the radio industry who up to this point have been extremely important to him, is that he now has this television option, so he doesn't need to worry about what they think about him anymore. And that's dangerous because, what would it be like, Kendra, if you jumped up on your boss's desk, and forgive me for saying, I don't want to say it, but you squatted and you took a leak on his desk?
Oh, brother, that's a kind of a way. What kind of a thing for that is for you to say that?
Well, I'm not asking you. I'm asking the lady.
That has no relevance to any of this.
Well, that's what
I suddenly decided that I wanted to go try something else that, other than what I'm doing in the industry, to maybe better myself, to give something else a try. That doesn't mean necessarily, and it shouldn't mean to anybody, that I'm not still 100% right where I'm at.
You don't think that that's, like Mr. Hall said, like standing on a man's desk and eliminating?
No.
Oh, brother.
Well,
all right,
and it sounds like you guys are all very insecure with yourselves.
No, I just want to...
You're so wound up that he's done this one-time show, and that's going to dictate years of work and years of, hard work that he's put into that, and that suddenly means nothing because you didn't get invited to something? You need to grow up.
This is not about maturity. This is about Mr. Henry knowing where his priorities are. He does a TV show on the NBC network, prime time, and we don't get invited. That means he feels that we're nothing. And I don't mind that, but, that we're not even as good as...
I think it's sad that you think this revolves around you.
I think that, no, it doesn't revolve around us, but it sure doesn't revolve around his wife and kids. See, that's the mistake he makes.
I disagree. All right, look at Kendra, thank you for your call. Our number, 1-800-449-8686. We'll go over to Joe. Joe, you're on the Phil Hendry Show. Go ahead.
Hey, Phil. This is a riot. I was thinking, listen to these guys. I want to tell you, this would be the best $300 I'd spent this year. And what I mean by that is flying out to the West Coast and kicking his ass. I can't believe what I'm hearing. These little cowards.
Hey, Joe. First of all, you can't kick my ass.
The TV industry, and they won't have a job because you run the show.
What makes you think you're going to kick my ass?
Hold on for a minute.
You insecure punk.
I'm a punk. Look, I gave this...
Are you kidding me? Phil runs the show. If you don't have Phil,
you run the show. He doesn't run. I run the show.
You sweeping the street.
And now this guy wants to go on television. I love the way this guy's talking.
Look, Joe, you're one of these guys. You're one of these guys that you like to take your boss. You want to rub his face in the gutter, don't you?
I own my own business.
So you figure that we want to rub your own face.
My guys love me.
You want to rub your own face in the gutter. That's ridiculous,
yeah. Hey, like you said earlier, look at who I'm talking to. Hey, Phil, I don't take this personally.
Watch your language. He just...
Did you dump that?
We did dump it.
Boy, I hope and pray to that man who got nailed up years ago that you did. Because if I hear that word, the S word...
I dumped it, okay? And Mark did too.
No, the point is, the show's out of control because you don't recognize how hurt we are.
All right, 1-800-449-8686, Phil Hendry Show.
Phil Hendry, 1-800-449-8686.
That tears it.
1-800-449-8686. The Phil Hendry Show is back.
Phil Hendry here with David G. Hall, Vice President of Syndication for the Phil Hendry Show, as well as Dr. Jim Sadler, the Director of Human Resources for our show. And the point that you gentlemen are making here is in the lives of any individual, it is erroneous to think that the family is the most important entity. It is the boss. I got that so far.
Yeah, that's dated. That's the nutshell of it, Phil. Because the boss is the one who provides the living, without which the wife and the baby become non-existent. In other words, they are no longer, because you do not have a way to support them. And if you don't have a way to support them, I don't know if you ever played the Sims game, Phil.
Yeah.
All right. You see in the Sims game, you see how the baby will die or is taken away by the state. And so without your boss, your baby is taken away by the state without your boss. Now,
all right, but what has that got to do with me inviting you to a TV show as opposed to, I invited you to my wedding?
So let me jump in there if I could.
Okay, Doctor.
Inviting Mr. Hall to your wedding was a very gracious first step in including him in your life. But as I try to impart to the other caller, the biggest thing that can happen to anyone is their own television. We're not their own television show, because that's not your own show, right? It's his own show. No, he's with other people.
Yeah, I'm with a cast.
All right, but you're on a TV show. That's way bigger. And yet you didn't invite him to that. And that sends the message to him that you're leapfrogging him and you're moving up the ladder and you're sort of leaving him in the dust. I'll give you an example. When I was a young man, I worked in construction work. And I'll never forget my father climbing up a ladder. He said, come on, Jim, we're going to go up. And we had to loosen some bolts in a ceiling we were building. So my father goes up the ladder, and I follow him up the ladder. Now, this was very juvenile, but this is what he did. He stopped, and he broke wind. He farted. And he laughed, and he kept going. And I thought that was humiliating, even though it was my father and even though he was joking. But that's really what you're doing in the mind of Mr. Hall. You're going up the ladder ahead of him, and you're stopping, and you're to put it in a way, you're busting one on me. Okay?
Well, the other lady said it. I mean, that's taking it a little personal.
But how can you take it any other way? You're on a TV show and I don't get invited to see it?
All right, 1-800-449-8686. Non, go ahead. You're on the Phil Henry Show.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I don't think it should be focused on the more personal side. I kind of agree with the doctors in the sense that if you focus on the career side of it, because, I mean, obviously, if they're providing, the job for you now, it's almost like I see the similarity of your job in the media and your job, on the TV show. It's almost like inviting them is almost like, maybe getting their, I wouldn't say their blessing, but it would make them feel good because it's like, they are responsible to a certain degree for where you're at, professionally, because they provided for you to get there. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they should get so personal about it. But
also the fact that we are the most important people in his life, man.
Well, I agree with that to a certain degree. I agree with that to a certain degree. But his family is also.
I'm sorry?
I agree.
Well, what about
there? I think his family also is very important.
I brought up the example when I worked for my father in construction. And, it's a stupid thing. It's juvenile. But my father farted as he was up the ladder. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Well, what are you saying, man? I mean, you're saying...
It's the same thing. Non?
Is that anything, sorry?
Did you understand what I just said, sir?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry.
All right.
Can you repeat that?
If you're following a man up a ladder, say he's going up the ladder, you're following up the ladder. And to be funny, and he thinks he's being funny, he stops and he farts. All right? Now, there you are, the low man on the ladder, and you're just washed with this. Now, in some ways, Phil has done the same thing. He's leapfrogged over...
I definitely see your point there.
Okay.
Because basically, it's almost like his new career, in a sense, I can see how it offended you because it's almost like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's almost like he's putting this to the back end because, if I come back later, I still have this job. Now I have this TV thing.
Right.
So I agree with you there.
All right, so what kind of punishment can I...
What do you mean punishment? Why should I be punished?
Because you walked up a ladder and you cut one right on my face.
Jesus.
But the gentleman's right, essentially. Although
he said you shouldn't be so personal.
Well, he didn't mean about that. When you go up a ladder and you punch one out, and the guy has no choice but to sit there in a cloud of it, that's what I call not understanding what your priorities are.
All right, 1-800-449-8686. Andrea, go ahead. You're on the Phil Hendry Show.
Hi,
Andrea.
I just want to say, if somebody climbs up a ladder and you're behind them and they cut one, you do have a choice. You can crawl down the ladder and get out of it. You do have a choice.
Great. That means you have to back up, retreat.
Yeah, well, just like you guys can take a step back and look and say, hey, you know what? Maybe I am being a little jealous of this whole situation.
Now, let me ask you this. How much of this is jealousy?
What do you mean jealousy?
A huge portion of it. I think the fact that you guys are saying that you're the most important people in his life.
Yes, we are.
I don't think so. I think you need to take a look at your life and try and reassess your life.
Andrea, what is more important than a living? When you can't make a living, your children...
Family. If you get family. No, if you get fired from your job, which could happen,
yes,
anything could happen, and your family is what's going to be there for you, not your boss.
Your family's not going to be there if they don't eat.
Yes,
if they don't eat, they die. You understand?
Okay, like you can't go out and get another job?
Oh, listen to you. Well, just go out and get another job.
Yeah, go out and get another job.
And what if I don't? And slowly they starve to death. You see what I'm saying? The biggest link.
In this country, that's what the government help is for. It helps you until you can go out and get another job.
I'm going to walk in with food stamps. Is that what you're telling me I got to do? No. Look, Mr. Henry was in radio, and now he's on TV. I didn't get invited. He basically puts his hand down around his rear end, blows a fart.
Okay,
I wish I could understand.
Earlier, you had said something, somebody said a cuss word, and you had said something, I hope that, by the guy that was nailed on the cross.
There was a man on the... Oh, yeah. What did he say again, Andrea? I remember
something
that
about the man that was nailed on the cross. I took that assuming you were talking about Jesus. Well, according to the Bible, he should be the most important man in your life.
According to the Bible, but according to Road and Track, I ought to buy a Porsche. Well, guess what? I'm not doing either. What are you talking about? I am simply saying that
you're trying to say that you're the most important.
I am the most important. He has a TV. I didn't get invited to the TV show. His wife and kids are there.
You know what?
They're above him on the ladder.
Should I call you a wambulance? Maybe I should call a wambulance because it sounds like you're crying.
What do you mean by a wambulance?
A wambulance.
What is that? An ambulance?
Off the violin, like he's crying and he needs a wambulance.
You mean like an ambulance?
Yeah,
I don't understand what she means by a wambulance.
It's like
no pun intended. Yeah, you're crying.
Well, Andrea, with all due respect, when you say that, all it sounds like is that you've got a speech impediment. It does. It sounds like you're Elmer Fudd. But let me...
Speaking of Elmer Fudd, well, look at Andrea.
Look at his wife and kids are above him. Then there's him. Then there's me. And I'm getting fart biscuits chucked at me. Oh, listen to her. She thinks it's real funny.
Look it, man. If you want to come to the taping on Tuesday night, I'll get you some tickets, okay?
Oh, well, don't do me any favors. Yeah, don't do me any favors.
My
goodness. I can't even believe that you're a doctor and agreeing with this.
Yes, I am agreeing, because I think it's good mental health to maintain healthy relations with your employer.
Oh, yeah, healthy relationships, but not putting them first, please.
Why not?
It's a healthy relationship to...
No, without him, your wife and children are nothing more than skeletal remains.
I doubt that.
Oh, listen to her laugh.
Without him,
ma'am, do you think digging up a baby skeleton is funny?
What's going to be there to back you up and support you.
Why do you take it that far?
No, I want to ask the lady, because she just laughed. Do you think digging up the skeletal remains of an infant is funny?
No, I think that comment is funny because I think it's a bunch of bull-honky.
Well, with that, I got bull-honky. I can't top that.
Looks like she dropped a fart biscuit on you, doctor.
Phil, you're very immature.
I'm trying not to offend anybody.
You're very immature, both of you, and you'll see.
Well, you know what? If the TV show takes off and I make all kinds of bread and I'm richer than both of you guys and I leave radio and I become a TV star, does that mean I have ultimately cut the... I mean, the image you guys... Have I just cut the biggest part?
No, Doctor, what were you saying? No, you haven't. It's diarrhea. You've showered us with diarrhea.
And they're going to sit there and choose to smell it because they choose to not walk away from this issue and keep digging it up and making a big deal out of nothing.
Even if I went down that ladder as fast as I could, if Mr. Hendry had a full case of diarrhea, I couldn't avoid the splash.
All right. I can't stand this kind of conversation any longer. Andrea, thank you very much for your call. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Andrea.
You hang up on that jackball. 1-800-449-8686. The most important person in your life? Your boss? No, of course, your family. But, of course, if you're in TV... Anyway, it's the Phil Hendry Show. We'll be right back.
1-800-449-8686.
Every time you open your mouth, you sink into a bigger swamp of dumb.
Very vocal on our program recently about, as you probably know if you listen to our show, we've been very vocal about the professional athletes of today and what I have called the criminality and the arrogance of these professional athletes. We are going to take the unusual step on our program today to bring on our program director, David G. Hall, who had some concerns he wanted to express, and to his credit, he wanted to talk to me about this behind closed doors, and it's a little unusual, David, but I took the step. I said to you I'd like to hear about it on the air because I think my listeners need to hear about it.
Absolutely, Phil. And again, I want to thank you for addressing this. I understand your feeling. I think you want the listeners to know that you are standing by them. But I have to tell you, I don't think you know something that I feel a majority of your audience knows that I know. You've been criticizing very heavily professional athletes.
That's correct.
Football players. I've heard you call them imbeciles. I've heard you call them bad fathers. I've heard you call them, the comment you made yesterday, dummy of the year. I think the message you're sending is very negative, and it hurts a lot of families, including probably most of your listeners.
All right, now that was the comment you made to me. How does this hurt families?
Well, the fact is, many Americans, and most of the people who listen to talk radio, in fact, because most people who listen to talk radio are lower-income families. Most families in America rely on one kind of wagering or another, office pools, betting on football, betting on basketball, and when you are negative toward athletes and other people like you, it could affect the performance of the athletes. That affects the wagering, and that has an impact on families. Many, especially people who listen, as I say, to talk radio, wouldn't be able to make the monthly bill without these winnings. Now, you talking about football and the rest in negative terms can be heard by the players. It can be heard by other talk show hosts can hear this and talk about it. It affects the performance on the field negatively and thus alters the outcome of the game and not beneficial to people laying bets on these games.
When you're talking about people betting, Dave, can I ask you a question?
Certainly.
Do you bet these games?
Yeah, it's irrelevant what I do. What you're doing now is you're letting your listeners down by making this about me. The research that we've done shows that many talk radio listeners are people who buy the scratch and win, the lotto tickets, the Powerball tickets. They bet football and baseball. And when you come on and you criticize athletes and you criticize their ability to be men and all of these things, I've been listening to you. I can't even believe it. Some of the stuff you're saying.
Well, wait a minute. I have said what I have said. I could back all of this up. Warren Sapp, for instance, is a guy...
Forget about Warren Sapp and all the players. Whether you can back it up or not doesn't matter to the people listening to your show. What matters to them is that by you criticizing these athletes, you are directly affecting a lot of these people out there from making money on the bets that they lay on football. Do you want to take food out of a child's mouth, yes or no?
Wait a minute, David. What I said...
No, do you want to take food out of a child's mouth, yes or no?
Of course not.
Then why do you continually criticize professional sports when you know most people listening to your show, listening to talk radio, they wouldn't be able to get by if it wasn't for an office pool. They wouldn't be able to get by if it wasn't for scratch and sniff and all, whatever the hell they call these things. They wouldn't.
Well, are you telling me that American families need desperately winnings from football bets?
Many, Phil, here's where This is what...
No, the question is, are you...
This is where you show that you're a little bit of an elitist, that you're so out of touch that you don't know that there are people out there, many American families, who wouldn't be able to feed a child if they didn't win those office pools, if they didn't win those football bets. You make fun of Warren Sapp. Did you see that game a week ago Monday?
I'm assuming you're talking about the Tampa Bay Indy game.
Yeah, did you see that?
Yes, I did.
All right. Did you see what happened to Tampa Bay? That's an example of what I'm talking about. You mouth off about Warren Sapp. He goes in the tank. They drop 35 points and a half. And there are a lot of people. You asked me about myself. I'll give you an example. I don't need the money, but I like to lay a wager. I lost $1,500 on that game because of you. Because of...
You can't hang that on me. You can't...
You were on all over Warren Sapp. I dropped $1,500 because of you. Now, I have to say this. I've been empowered to say this by people upstairs from me. I am now going to ask you not to talk at all about sports. I don't want to have to do this, Phil, but you forced me by you being highly critical of these hardworking athletes, some of whom, yes, make mistakes, but most of whom are decent people. It's possible that you anger them, make them nervous or whatever. It affects their ability to play. And now you've got a child that starves because of you and because...
A child that starves because somebody dropped money on the Tampa Bay Indy game?
Oh, the audience, listen to me. Talk radio listeners are, for the most part, lower-income whites. It's what we call, they are lower-income rural whites. The only way they get by is by dropping a few dollars on a lousy game. Maybe they can win themselves a couple of bucks, maybe $50, $100, and along comes you with your comments about sports. And I think it's high time that you stop. I'm asking you to stop. Are you there?
I'm here. I got to give a phone number. I want to respond to what you're saying.
Give your number.
You listen to the Phil Hendry Show, 1-800-449-8686. The man I'm talking to is David G. Hall. He's our program director. He has asked me to cease my comments about my criticism of professional athletes because it may be affecting their performance, which in turn affects whether or not you people win football wagers. Now, David, you have described most talk radio listeners as rural whites.
Yeah, predominantly lower income mountain whites, or what we call hill whites, white people who are rural and get by. A lot of them hunt, a lot of them fish. I mean, we are talking about people that scrape by. And they also like to go down to a local bookmaker, or they may lay bets with friends. And then you criticize football players. It shows, Phil, that you basically don't like your listeners. That's what I would...
Well, that's not true at all. I appreciate everybody that listens to my show. I don't know them all. I just...
Gambling, Phil, is one of the number one ways that a man can provide for his family in this country. Gambling is an essential part of the American fabric. These people that say that it's an evil are obviously people that only see the degenerate gamblers. I'm not talking about degenerate gamblers. I'm talking about the rural whites, a lot of the urban whites that, for whatever reason, don't make a lot of money. Maybe they just didn't go to school, and they need the winnings from these football bets. I enjoy a friendly wager. I don't need the money, fortunately. But yes, I did drop $1,500 on the Indy game. Yes, I was pissed off at you. And excuse my language, but the fact is, I don't need the money the way a lot of the ones out there that listen. $1,500, gambling is important. And
all right, so you said gambling's important. You dropped $1,500. You say you dropped $1,500 on that Indy Colt game. If I'm talking about a Warren Sapp, I'm talking about his ability as a father, not as a football player.
It doesn't matter. The people out, you've conned your listeners into thinking that that's some kind of an important topic. Then they turn around, they take whatever money they make from taking in laundry or whatever they do, lawyer, doctor, I don't know what they do. They lay a bet on, let's say this weekend, I don't know who's playing, I haven't checked the schedule yet, and they drop money on that game thinking the team will win. You're mouthing off You piss off the players, they don't play well. I'll give you an example of that game last night.
Well, that was a baseball game. Hold on. That was a baseball game.
I know it was a baseball game.
Well, hold on. 1-800-449-8686. The game last night was a baseball game. That kid, I don't know if my listeners need to be up to speed on this.
Most of them, look, there are enough people out there in broadcasting that know a lot more about sports than you. They're called sportscasters. You heard about them, haven't you?
David, you know...
You've heard of sportscasters?
Yes, I've heard of sportscasters.
All right. The game last night when a punk kid stuck his hand out and knocked the ball away. I don't blame that stupid kid. He's a stupid kid. What I blame is you making the players feel self-conscious and nervous. That guy, Lou, should have had that ball. That's the biggest stupid excuse I ever heard. But the guy didn't have it because of you and because of guys like you. You know how many of your listeners have put their kids through college with gambling loans? We're talking about a child's education.
So you're asking me not to talk about sports?
Yeah. In other words, don't talk about anything you don't know anything about.
I know a hell of a lot about sports.
Oh, really? Yeah, you know so much about sports. I dropped $1,500.
All right, 1-800. Look it. Are you trying to tell me you dropped $1,500 in the Indy-Tampa game because I was making Warren Sapp nervous?
I'm saying it's possible it played into it.
1-800-449-8686. Gambling is an essential part of American life because it helps feed families. That's what David Hall is saying, and so therefore he doesn't want me to talk about sports anymore because I unduly influence a lot of bets. Jennifer, you're on the Phil Hendry Show. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say I can't believe that if anybody was really that hard up for money and they needed to feed their starving child, that they would be gambling the money.
Well, it's what are you talking about? I'm talking about...
He said, you know what, this money that they earn from gambling on these games is to feed their starving children, and they're going to starve if they don't get the money. Well, what if they lose the game anyway, regardless of what a talk show host said?
Well, the fact is that the talk show host, they're going to win if it isn't for his big mouth. And
they're definitely gonna win?
I would have won that bet. Everybody knew Tampa Bay was better than Indianapolis. Henry comes on, starts running his mouth.
But wait a minute, this lady's talking about starving.
Excuse me, Phil. I'm talking to the listener, and I don't want you to interrupt.
I was talking about starving children.
Yeah, I understand that. Henry and his big mouth made the Tampa Bay Buccaneers nervous. They dropped that second half of that game.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
Because he was in the Tampa sports page criticizing Warren Sapp. You and your big mouth.
Do you know that made them nervous?
Ma'am, all I'm saying is it might have. And if it might have, that's good enough for me. I don't want him talking about sports.
But women might have, too. And the other thing is, how do you know that made any children go hungry?
Can I ask you a question? What do you know about this? Do you bet games or something, or what?
No, I think it's illegal, isn't it?
No. You ever heard of a place called Las Vegas?
Well, yeah, but
Atlantic City. Excuse me?
Most of us don't live in Las Vegas.
But some people, you can online betting. Hello, do you have a computer? Do you know what a phone line is?
Look, you're the one insulting my listeners now, not me.
Right.
Well, she doesn't know what a computer is.
She didn't say she doesn't know what a computer is. The lady is...
Look, ma'am, I don't know what you do, but...
I'm fairly well educated, actually.
Your boss needs coffee or something?
What is it with you all of a sudden coming on and insulting this lady, and you have the guts to say that I'm the guy that's messing with my listeners?
I'm talking about the majority of your listeners who bet games. This lady, does your husband bet?
No, I don't have a husband, but what you just said was most of his listeners bet.
Yes.
And they feed their children by betting.
Yes,
I find that very hard to believe that if someone had very little money, that the very little money they had, they would put on a bet.
Most talk radio listeners are rural whites who have very little money, and most of the money they make is through office pools, local bookmakers, etc.
You know that for a fact, that most of the money they make...
Excuse me, I'm in the programming game, and I do a lot of research, and I do a lot of focus groups on audience.
I believe that, but you just said that most of the listeners get most of their money from betting.
Yes.
Not most of their money.
Yeah, well, a big portion of it. Ma'am, look, the economy in this country, people have to gamble, or we're on our ass. We're a third world country.
All right, Jennifer, thank you for your call.
Listen to her laugh. See, and she doesn't even know where Las Vegas is. Okay, that's good. Yeah, laugh it up.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Jesus, I can't stand that when somebody calls up, they don't know anything about anything, and then they laugh at me. She didn't even know where Las Vegas was.
She'd heard of Las Vegas. She wasn't familiar with online betting.
Anyway, I don't want you talking about sports. Do you understand me?
We had an agreement, David.
Do you understand me?
Wait a minute. I want to ask you a question.
What?
We had an agreement that I would be allowed to talk about matters on my program of importance.
Yes, we did.
Okay, did we not have that agreement?
Yes. The fact, though, is, Phil, you stuck a knife in my back 2 weeks ago, and it cost $1,500 to pull it out. And you're doing the same thing to these listeners.
So me mouthing off about Warren Sapp, you dropped... Okay, 1-800-449-8686. I don't know whether... I got to look at my producer now, Janice and Garrett, to find out whether she wants to continue with this segment or not, because obviously this is stuff that's getting a little personal. If he wants to keep talking about it, because we're talking about me... He doesn't want me talking about sports anymore, my program director, David Hall, because I may influence the play of athletes, which in turn loses a lot of people money when they bet on sports. 1-800-449-8686. I don't know whether it's true that most of you folks out there augment your income through betting, but Mr. Hall seems to think that most listeners of talk radio, people that he describes as rural whites, augment the money that comes into their home by betting football games. And I'm screwing that up. 1-800-449-8686, Phil Hendry Show.
We back on?
We're back on the air right now. What?
I was $20,000 ahead. There's a sports book I use in Vegas. I was $20,000 ahead until you started opening your mouth about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and everybody else. I'm asking you, in fact, I'm telling you, no more sports.
All right, David G. Hall is our program director. He's on with me. To your credit, David, you didn't want to go on the air live. I asked you to. You were telling me to cease my discussion and criticism of sports and its players because it's costing people who bet these games a lot of money. You seem to think that I'm upsetting the apple cart. You're saying that most talk radio listeners, are rural whites who depend upon the income.
Yeah, so why do you keep repeating that? I know what I said.
I'm letting other people know what you said. I'm bringing the audience up to speed.
Well, I think you think what I said was stupid. The audience knows that what I said is sound. I want you to talk about things people care. Talk about Mariah Carey. Talk about Jay Leno. Anything but it's sounding stupid about sports.
1-800-449-8686. Alan, go ahead.
Yes, I wanted to make a point on that with the director there. First off, you can't blame Bill for you losing $1,500. You're looking for an excuse so that your wife doesn't chew you out because you couldn't afford to lose $1,500.
Wait, sir. I can afford to lose $1,500. It's my
Then why are you whining and blaming somebody else for losing the money? He didn't make them players go out there and be nervous and because he's on the radio?
Wait a minute.
Come on.
I can tell you, sir.
Screw your head on straight.
Sir, I had an infinity pool being constructed in my backyard. I owed the contractor $1,500 for the pump. This guy, Henry, opens his mouth. The Buccaneers, are you trying to tell me the Bucs dropping 35 points in the second half is just the way it goes?
Well, look at Buffalo. They were 3-2, and the Jets hadn't won a game, and they kicked Buffalo's butt 30-3, and I wasn't happy, but I wasn't stupid enough to bet $1,500 that I couldn't afford to lose.
Are you trying to tell me you had the Jets in that game? Nobody had the Jets in that game.
Well, I know Mark did.
I didn't bet on anybody because I knew better.
Any idiot would have bet Buffalo, but Hendry's on the air, making the players sound like criminals, making them sound like bad fathers. They get nervous, they get anxious, and the bills go out and drop it, and that's another $500 that I lose.
Wait a minute,
if you couldn't afford to lose that because you had to pay a contractor, you shouldn't have bet the money.
I got a party coming up and a pump that gets the infinity pool. Do you know what I'm talking about when I talk about an infinity pool?
Yes, I do.
All right. You need a pump to keep that water recycling back into the pool.
That's right. You shouldn't have made the bet. You should have fixed your pump.
I don't need to fix it, sir. I needed to buy a new one.
Okay, buy a new one instead of making bets.
I was going to buy a new one.
I would say that it's the white rural people listening. I'm not a rural person, and I'm not a poor person, and if I had to count on making bets to make my living, I'd be dead. I'd starve to death.
Wait a minute. You bet, and you know it. You just referred to the Bills and Jets. Come on. How much you make in the game?
I didn't bet.
Bull crap.
Oh, now look, don't call a man a liar. If he says he didn't bet, he didn't bet.
I don't bet on it because I don't waste my money that way.
1-800-449-8686. Should I talk about sports on the air? It makes players nervous and people lose money in bets. David G. Hall is the program director of our show. He's on the line with me right now talking about You are censoring me from talking about sports ever again on this show because you feel my comments have influenced professional players to the point where they're losing games they should win or winning games they should lose.
I'm just telling you, Mr. Henry, that your comments are making it difficult for people I know, very good friends of mine. You know David Katz, a theatrical agent?
In New York, yeah.
All right. David, Don Buchwald, a couple of other people who you know and are in the radio business dropped a significant amount of money on that Cub game last night because some nervous left fielder couldn't catch a fly ball.
Well, it was fan interference.
It was your big mouth. You know something? I don't even know why I'm talking to you about this. You will not talk about sports.
What if my listeners want to call up and talk about it?
Then you will not put them through.
Are you telling Chris not to put those calls through?
That is correct. If I so much as hear any listener on your show after today talking about sports, I will trap their phone number and I will have our business affairs people call them.
You gotta be kidding me.
No, I'm not. I don't want to hear it. $1,500. I could put a pump in that infinity pool. I wouldn't be talking to you.
And the Cub game, too.
Yeah.
1-800-449-8686. Nicole, go ahead. You're on the Phil Henry Show.
Hi. I just wanted to say that, do you really think Phil Henry is the only person saying bad things about the Bucks or any other sports team for that matter?
No, I don't, ma'am, but he is the one guy that's within my control. I've also told Jim Rome he's not allowed to criticize teams unduly.
But Jim Rome does a sports show.
I understand that. But I've told him I don't want him bad-mouthing anybody.
Do you really think the players care what they say? It doesn't matter to them. They hear a lot of crap from everybody.
Some of them get nervous. Some of them expect Henry. At least Rome's respectful. Henry talked about Warren Sapp as some kind of a guy that hates children.
Look at
sports are a major part of our economy and our life.
Do you bet?
Why should he not talk about them?
Do you bet games, ma'am?
Yes, I do. I bet on our office football pool every week.
Okay.
And I lost money last week because of the Bucks losing.
Yeah, thank Phil Henry for that. See, here's a young lady, Mr. Henry. This is what I'm talking about. A young office worker, a young woman that supports herself.
But it's not Phil Henry's fault.
You're being very nice.
It's the Bucks' fault for getting lazy.
All right.
They got lazy near the end of the game. I live in Tampa. I'm a big Bucks fan.
Wait. Near the end of the game? It was the whole second half. What do you mean near the end of the game? This is an example, Mr. Henry, of a young lady who supports herself, who works very hard, and you stuck a knife in her back, twisted it, and broke
I'm
it off.
not even saying that.
No,
it's not his fault.
Do you have any idea the pain these athletes go through when someone yells that they're a bum, when someone says they suck? Now,
they get over it. It's a part of the game. It's a part of what they go into.
Right.
They know when they go into that game that they're going to be criticized.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What about me? And
what about
you? You're fine. You drop money and you just sing all the way home about it. I lose money. I'm talking 2,000 fish last night on the Cub game. 1,500 on that Tampa. Boy, that Monday night game, that's going to hurt for a long time. That's going to burn for a long time.
When you bet on a game, you take the chance of losing. If you can't afford to bet, then you don't bet.
I don't lose ordinarily that much.
Well, it's a chance that you take when you bet. If you don't want to lose your money, then don't bet the money.
Okay, and what am I supposed to do about the pool filter?
Find another way to pay for it. You don't always have to resort to gambling.
Well, that's how money changes hands in America. I can't. Did you screen these calls?
Yes, we screened the calls.
Well, why doesn't she understand?
Understand what you're telling me, that the main way that money is transacted in the United States is through gambling?
No, I didn't say that. I said that many families augment their income by betting these games. They lay a little cabbage on this game. They lay a little cabbage on that game. You get a ball player's feelings get hurt. I lose $5,000. Henry hurts their feelings. I don't have a swimming pool. Thank you.
You really think it hurts their feelings? It does not hurt their feelings.
Well, I can tell you.
They hear all kinds of stuff all the time. Why is one little comment from Phil Henry going to make a difference? It's not.
Ma'am, I can tell you that Malcolm Glazer, who owns the Tampa Bay, it's the team, I forgot their name, the Lightning?
Buccaneers?
The Buccaneers.
Right. He owns this team. He told me he personally witnessed Simeon Rice break down and cry after that game.
Probably because they just lost a huge game. It was a very important game,
He cried like an infant.
But you can't blame every little person for for talking about them.
All right, ma'am,
Yes.
I appreciate your comments, but I will want Mr. Henry to apologize.
For what?
For saying what you said about Sapp being a piece of garbage. Simeon Rice broke down and wept like an infant, according to Mr. Glazer. Apologize.
David, what am I going to apologize?
I said to apologize.
Warren Sapp he can be a jerk sometimes. It doesn't have anything to do with anything.
Are you apologizing, Mr. Henry?
No, sir, I am not.
All right, I'm going to garnish your wages, the $1,500 that I lost.
Wait a minute.
What are you talking about? I can do that. I'm the boss. I'm garnishing your wages.
You're taking $1,500 away from my family because you lost the Buccaneer game?
That's ridiculous.
Is this woman still on the line?
Yes, she's my listener. She's calling in, yes.
Well, who cares what she thinks? I'm telling you, I'll garnish...
I'm a listener to the show. I'm the reason why you're talking right now.
Oh, well, ring-a-ding-ding. Now,
Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to...
You're handing over $1,500. It is going to be on a cashier's check. I don't want any personal check because you stuck it in and broke it off. And now I'm bleeding. And I've got there's a lot of towels that I'm applying to that wound.
Nicole, I'm sorry that you have to listen to all of this. I appreciate you being on the show. Thank you very much.
Sure, thanks.
1-800-449-8686. I don't think you can legally garnish my wages.
I think I can. I've looked into it. I've talked to some people. You have refused to apologize to Warren Sapp, so I will fine you $1,500, which is the money I lost in the Tampa Bay game. I'll eat the Cub game. I'll go ahead and eat that because I'm getting used to eating crap. I'm getting good at it.
You want me to...
Kiss 1,500 fish goodbye.
All right, I'm sorry to Mr. Sapp.
That wasn't good enough. That was angry and it was disingenuous.
What is this, man? I'm on the air right now.
I want you, Phil, to take into consideration the seriousness of the situation you're in, what you've done to this company, and what you've done to me personally by making Simeon Rice and Warren Sapp nervous when they play football. Now, everybody knows the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are better than that. They drop 35 points in the second half, and you're trying to tell me it's just because they got lazy? You stuck it in, broke it off, twisted it, and then shoved a pine cone up there for good measure.
George, go ahead. George?
Yes.
Go right ahead, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hi. Yeah, I was just listening to this conversation, and I'm a regular sports bettor, too. I mean, I bet every week on the games every week. And
how'd you do last week?
This is just an example here. Is you're going to win some games, you're going to lose some games. You can't control the outcome, and he didn't have anything to do with that outcome. Nothing at all.
How'd you do last week betting?
You know what? I lost $500 on that Tampa Bay game too, but it wasn't up to him. It had nothing to do with him. And for you to even think that it did, it's ridiculous.
And what was it? Every human being past the age of 3 knew Tampa Bay was going to win that game. But my host is on the air calling Warren Sapp a piece of reconstituted crap, and he's this and he's that. The outcome of the game can be controlled by positive reinforcement to the players. But instead, Malcolm Glazer tells me that Simeon Rice blubbered like an infant after that game. Why? Because of this guy.
That's just being idiotic. It's just being stupid. It's being a sore loser is exactly what it's being, right?
How much money did you lose, sir?
What's that?
How much
money? I lost $500 in that game, and I'll guarantee I got more money than you do. I'll guarantee it, right?
Listen,
it's not an issue.
I'm going to do something for you. See, this is a goodwill gesture for our listeners, Phil. I want you to write a cashier's check for this listener.
Wait a minute, David.
This is just an example of why it's hard to work in a corporation, because people get promoted that shouldn't be there.
I'm giving you $500.
If this was a regular listener, you would have hung up on him in a minute.
You're right.
Unbelievable.
You're right. He's my boss.
Wait a minute.
I know.
Wait a second. Wait a second. I just gave you $500 and you're sticking a pine cone up my rear end? Why?
Well, yeah, it's ridiculous. And here, let me get one other fact that hasn't been said. Number one, about sports betting.
Yeah.
10 times as many people do it that lose money than as win. So if you're saying they're augmenting, low-income families to pay the bills, I mean, you're just propagating something that is
You've got a lot of hillbillies. There's a lot of mountain trash out there that keeps their family afloat. They keep their kids in Cheerios and Hawaiian Punch with that stuff. Now,
guess what? There's 10 times as many families that are broke because people are gambling.
Now, let me ask you a question, George. Do you want the $500 or don't you?
I'm not making a check.
Huh? You don't want it from Phil Henry?
I'm not paying the guy $500, and I'm not giving you $1,500.
Okay, Henry, thank you very much. Thanks a lot. What are you laughing at?
No,
did you bet the Cub game?
I wanted Phil Henry to get a new program director.
Did you bet the Cub game?
What's that?
Did you bet the Cub game last night?
No, it was too much juice. I thought the Cubs would win, but it was too big.
Are you kidding me? I dropped another 500 fish on that game.
All right. Listen, George, thank you very much.
I'm sorry.
Thanks, George.
That's
okay, man.
It just hurts me to hear you go through this, Phil.
It's no problem, no problem.
So you're not paying me?
No, I'm not going to pay you.
All right, thanks. Thank you. Thank you very much. I had a wedding reception planned for my niece. We were going to have the infinity pool in and the fountain. Now I don't have it. Why? Because you are the lowest form of life I know.
Fine. Call me what you want. I'm not giving you $1,500 because you dropped that on the Tampa Bay Indy game because I made Warren Sapp cry.
Thank you very much, Phil. I won't forget this.
Hey, do me a favor. Let me quote Danny Aiello from the great movie Do the Right Thing. Do me a favor, will you?
What?
Don't forget this.
You can at least apologize to the Buccaneers, or I'll force you to admit something painful from your past.
I'm not apologizing to them, and you can't. There's nothing painful in my past.
Oh, really? What about the time you were out in that meadow with that sheep?
Never mind about that. 1-800-449-8686. Our program director, David G. Hall. This is the Phil Hendry Show. All right, we're back with David G. Hall. Now, where are you? Are you at the Bellagio?
I can't. I'm in Vegas, Phil. I can't hear you, but I just saw the score right now. It's the Sox 7, Yankees 6. So I want to thank you for that too. Because
all right, so now it's my fault you bet on the Yankees.
Let me tell you something. Ever since you've been opening your big mouth about sports, are we still on the air?
Yeah.
Well, when's the end of the hour?
It's coming up in 8 minutes, man. You wanted to be on.
Well, the point I'm making here. God, I can't. Ah!
Well, what happened?
The Yankees. Jeter just got thrown out at first by the guy with the gun at shortstop. I forget his name.
What's the guy's name? Garciparra or whoever?
Garciparra or whoever. You don't even know who these guys are. But all you do is take the money of hardworking rural mountain whites and throw it into an incinerator. But you don't know the name of these guys.
I got to go to a phone call here. There's Libby. He's hanging on. Libby, go ahead. You're on the Phil Hendry Show with David G. Hall.
Hi.
Yes, ma'am.
Does David G. Hall have a bad of why he should not talk to you this way, and he should not be censoring you?
All right, Libby, can I ask you to watch your language?
Yeah, thank you. If you hadn't said something, I would. Look at the gun.
Well, I still think he should be fired. I don't think he should have a job come tomorrow morning.
Why should I be fired? Because Henry made me bet on the Yankees?
Are making an idiot of yourself. You're scolding a person on the air. If you want to have this conversation, it should be in person and not on the air.
I asked him if he wanted to have it in private, and he said, no, let's go ahead and talk about it on the air.
Well, it just shows how stupid you really are, because there's no way he should be responsible for your gambling debts. And as far as insulting your audience and saying that we subsidize our income by gambling, I'm sorry, I'm more intelligent than that. I learned a long time ago, you don't gamble. A gamble is exactly what it means. You have money to lose, and if you lose, that's part of gambling.
Hold on for a minute. There you go. Now do you feel better? I mean,
David, what the lady said makes a lot of sense.
Really? You've never played bingo, huh, Libby?
Oh, yes, but I don't gamble with money that I don't have to lose.
You gamble? That's what bingo is. It's gambling. Hey,
well, I got news for you. What Phil Henry says has no bearing on it. I'm sure he really affected Brett Favre last Sunday in the Packer game, and the Packers were sure the ones the favorite to win, weren't they?
Tell me the truth. You lost your teeth in that Tampa game, didn't you? Didn't you?
No, I didn't lose any money on the Packer game because I'm smart enough not to play a bet on
I didn't say the Packer game.
NFL games.
You lost
I don't bet on games.
You in the Tampa game.
No,
All right,
I didn't. I didn't even watch the stupid game.
Which game did you watch? The Packer game?
Sure.
I lost 500 fish on that game, too.
Well, that's fine. That's part of being sports. You lose some, you win some.
You know the difference between a Lexus and a Pinto? That's what gambling can do. You're either driving a Lexus or a Pinto. And I was driving a Lexus.
Well, I tell you what, I'll take my Chevy Suburban any day, so I don't have to drive your Lexus or your Pinto. I earn my money, and I pay for what I have. And I don't depend on gambling to support anything.
All right, I can prove that you're lying to me. What city do you live in?
I live in Madison, Wisconsin.
There it is, right there. What did I say? Rural whites.
Madison, Wisconsin ain't rural. Madison, Wisconsin is a city. There's.
Oh, yeah, okay. I guess, technically. How far between two city limits?
All right, look, if this lady.
I still think David G. Hall needs to be fired, and I think his superiors should do it on the air so that everybody knows that he's gone.
All right, they can fire me, but I want Phil Henry to apologize to Warren Sapp right now, or he has to cut me a check for $1,500.
No, he doesn't. He has his opinion, and I'm sure Mr. Sapp could care less what his opinion is.
I'm out $1,500. Now apologize,
David. I am not going to give.
You lost $1,500. So what?
Ma'am,
if you don't have $1,500 to lose, you should have that.
Look at this. 7-6 Boston. God, I hate them. All right,
well, I got news for you. I hate your attitude tonight, and I'll tell you this much. If I knew who to write to voice my opinion to your superiors, I would.
You're driving a Ford 150 with the bumpers held on with duct tape, so don't BS me with your Suburban. How much you going to let me bet on that Seattle game this weekend? How much you betting?
I am not going to bet on the Seattle game. Why would I bet? I don't have money to lose.
I bet you throw a lot of temperature on Badger football, don't you?
All right. I apologize to Warren Sapp.
Jesus. Thank you.
I think you should apologize to Warren Sapp, and I sure don't think you should apologize to that program director you got. I think he should be fired. And I'm losing you, so I'm going to say good night.
Thank you, Dr. Laura.
1-800 Dr. Laura, huh? 1-800-449-8686.
The Phil Hendry Show is back. 1-800-449-8686.
Mind if I jump in?
No, go ahead. 1-800-449-8686. David Hall, Vice President of Syndication. You heard my opening comments?
Well, I did hear your opening remarks, Phil, and while I like what you said, I think you really got to get to the meat of it. I don't think you go far enough. Los Angeles, and I don't want to make anybody angry, but Los Angeles now more than ever, America needs L.A. Capitalism, the freedom of people. America has always taken its comfort after a tragedy in Hollywood. Hollywood's provided every way to help us relax. And Phil, I think...
well, when you say Hollywood's provided every way...
I think every time there's a tragedy in this country, and I think we have to just look to 9/11, Hollywood has been there for America. After the Chandra Levy, terrible, terrible tragedy of that, Hollywood's been there. You look at all of the young people that are making it in show business today, Britney Spears, these young guys in sync. They're not from Los Angeles, but it was L.A. that made them famous. They came from Orlando or someplace like that, but the record companies are located right here in Hollywood. And I think it needs to be said. Britney Spears, I mean, where's she from, Phil?
Britney Spears? Where's she from? She's from Oklahoma or something?
Oklahoma. What does that tell you?
Well,
I mean, it tells you that if it hadn't been for Los Angeles, Britney Spears wouldn't have a career. Britney Spears would be doing what some of these people that live in that part of the country, and she'd be on her third mixed race child by now. And I'm saying,
what do you mean her third mixed race child?
Forgive me, but I'm saying, this is what happens to this. You mentioned it right at the beginning. This hillbilly trash. Okay.
Well, look at Britney Spears, NSYNC. They're not from L.A., but they've got recording careers.
They've got recording careers because of Los Angeles. We've got movies that help take our mind off of 9/11 because of Los Angeles. We have got great relaxation like celebrities because of Los Angeles. L.A. has been there every single time something bad has happened in this country to help relax people. And I think, Phil, you only scrape the tip of the iceberg when you say, you shouldn't be reactive. Not only should you not be reactive to Los Angeles, I think people ought to be thankful to the city of Los Angeles, thankful to the area we call Hollywood. I mean, Spielberg wouldn't be making those movies. Spider-Man wouldn't be coming out. And what's happening is, I think that there is a little bit of ingratitude going on. And
well, you don't think that everybody's got to root for the Lakers, do you? I mean,
well, you don't root for the Lakers, but this stuff calling Hollywood is a bunch of people who are laid back and don't care, a bunch of people with suntans, a bunch of people with Mercedes-Benz. So what if we are? The fact of the matter is, we've got a Mercedes-Benz and we've got suntans for a reason, and the reason is because we make the money from the movies and from the television and from the entertainment that we provide for the rest of the country. Now, you want to talk about the Lakers? I'm going to say something, and I hope it doesn't offend anybody. I've never seen a team more divinely guided in my life.
Excuse me, you said divinely guided.
Yes, sir.
The Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah, when you look at Robert Horry's three-point shot the other night, Jesus Christ himself reached down and put that ball in the basket. You can't look at it any other way.
Wait a minute. All right. Let's just, for the sake of argument, say...
No, Phil, hold on for a minute. For the sake of argument, I'm saying...
Let's, for the sake of argument, say that what you say is right, that Los Angeles is the country takes its comfort from L.A.
No, everybody puts L.A. down. But this place would be nowhere without it. America would be nowhere without it. And I'm telling you right now, if that wasn't God himself guiding that ball into the hoop the other night, I don't know what was. Vlade Divac kicks it out. Horry picks the ball up, throws it up in the air. Jesus reaches out, takes the ball, and puts it through.
Jesus.
I believe that. I honestly believe.
Jesus.
I believe there was something divine in it. I mean, America needs L.A. more than ever before, and I think that in a lot of ways it is almost unchristian not to support this city as much as people should. I mean, it is almost... I look at what this city has done for people, and I think it is anti-religious to knock L.A. I think you're almost an atheist to knock this city.
You know, of all the things you're saying that are way out there, you got to be an atheist to knock L.A. A lot of people think that atheists live here, that this is the hometown of atheists.
No, that's not the case. Because if this was a hometown of atheists, how does Horry knock in a three-point shot like that without Jesus, the Son of God himself?
Come on, David.
No, Jesus, the Son of God himself, grabbing the ball out of midair and slamming it home. Now, I think at this time, with our boys on the line, our forces fighting in Afghanistan, and a lot of young men are going to die before this war on terror is done, I think that people need to show a little gratitude to the city that in many ways has shown them the way, and that is Los Angeles. And
not New York.
What about New York?
Well, that's where they had the World...
No, I know they had the World Trade Center thing.
Well, yeah, what do you mean, show the way?
But it's L.A. that took all of that stuff that happened in New York and turned it into something that's interesting for the rest of the country. You see what I mean?
What do you mean?
What do I mean?
Yeah, how did we turn that into something interesting for the rest of the country?
We took the World Trade Center deal and turned that into documentaries and TV shows and showed everybody, but that all happened in L.A. If you want to do so, I got an idea for you if you want, Phil.
It happened in L.A. that...
Yeah, the images of the World Trade Center.
That the images of the World Trade Center. Okay, what do you got?
All right, I got an idea. I think what you can do tonight, it doesn't matter who wins the basketball game tonight, but I think what you could do tonight is get people to pledge their support for the Los Angeles Lakers simply from this standpoint.
Well, we don't just have people in L.A. listening, so it's not going to happen.
No, wait a minute. Get people to pledge support for the Lakers simply from this standpoint. What Los Angeles and Hollywood have done for the rest of this country is essentially keep this country from falling into a pit of depression, into a cesspool of depression out of which they might not climb were it not for the movies, the TV shows, all of the Friends, and everything else that the rest of these people look at. So I would think that you should do that.
Well, I don't know what you want me to do.
I want you to give the phone number out and get people to pledge their support for the L.A. Lakers based upon the fact that this country wouldn't be anything without L.A.
I don't just have...
I know you don't just have people listening. I'm asking you. In fact, I'd like you to do this, Phil, seriously. Get people to give... Have you given the phone number out?
I gave it out earlier.
Have the people call in with support.
Okay,
For the Lakers.
Have people call and say, I love the Lakers?
Tell them that we thank Los Angeles and we hope the Lakers win the series.
Well, I don't know that anybody's going to...
Just do it, all right? Just do it. Just do it. Just don't give me an argument. Just do it. People call in now and say, we hope the Lakers win, and thank you, L.A., for being there. Otherwise, I'd just be another hillbilly staring at a bug zapper on a Friday night.
Okay, now this is where you get into an area where you're going to piss people off.
Oh, come on, just do it.
Otherwise, I'd be a hillbilly staring at a bug zapper on a Friday night.
What are they going to do with that? Spider-Man, Spielberg, Lucas, Star Wars. Do you want me to go on? Just give the number.
All right, look, our number is 1-800-449-8686.
And what are you going to have them do?
Call in and pledge your support for the Lakers and how much you appreciate the city of Los Angeles. Is that it?
I'm going to explain something to you, Phil.
No, is that it?
No, I'm going to explain something. Unless you give this the proper support that it needs.
Well, you're asking people. It's a sporting event, okay?
It's more than a sporting event. You just said it yourself. Everybody bags on Los Angeles. Everybody bags on Hollywood. Everybody sends a bunch of slicksters. Everybody driving a Mercedes-Benz, this and that. Now, like I said, most of that mountain trash out there wouldn't have anything to do with a Friday night if it wasn't for Hollywood. And most people would have blown their brains clear out of their heads on September the 12th if it hadn't been for the comics and the comedians and all of the actors and all that baloney. All right?
Well, even you yourself call it baloney.
Well, you know what I'm talking about. So give the number out and tell them, let me do it. You people call in now at 1-800-449-8686 and tell us how much you appreciate L.A. and the Lakers. That's what you do.
Call in now, 1-800-449-8686. And what?
And tell us how much you appreciate and you thank God for the city of Los Angeles, for the city of Hollywood, and for the L.A. Lakers. Otherwise, you're a hillbilly with...
Yeah, with a bug zapper on a Friday night.
That's it. 1-800-449-8686. 1-800-449-8686. Come on, so do I got to do everything?
All right, 1-800-449-8686. Call in and talk about how much you love L.A., the city of L.A., and
the Lakers.
And the Lakers.
1-800-449-8686. That number again, 1-800-449-8686. That number again.
Phil Hendry Show. 1-800-449-8686.
I'm not babying anybody.
Why are you doing it?
I'm not babying anybody. We're back on the air, okay?
Well, I'll say it on the air.
Can I give the call letter?
Give the phone number. Give the call letters. Give the phone number.
1-800-449-8686, The Phil Hendry Show.
And I'm David Hall.
And David Hall, my vice president of syndication, is with us. I'm not babying anybody.
Then why don't you say it?
I'm not going to say that. That's insulting.
Well, then I'll say it. Most of the people who listen to your show are small-town hicks. They don't get the concept of a big city, and they don't get the concept of people living in a fast-paced lifestyle which necessitates a certain level of attitude. Most people think that it's still 1955, and it's all hickory versus all the big boys from the big city, and they're going to somehow will it. You know what I'm talking about. And
well, you're saying it, not me.
I'll say it. Most of these people are hicks who ought to get down on their knees at night and thank Jesus himself that Hollywood exists, because without Hollywood, what are they doing on a Saturday night? What are they doing on a Saturday night?
Well, you said staring at bug zappers.
Staring at a bug zapper, going to the Last Picture Show and watching some old black and white, the Hindenburg with George C. Scott, something like that. Most of your listeners would pee in their pants in fear if you put them in the middle of a big city. There, I said it.
Well, you know, you ain't winning yourself any...
I'm not here. I'm here to tell the truth. That most of the people listening to your show would wet their pants if they had to spend 5 minutes standing at the corner of Garvey and Vernon in downtown L.A.
Can I tell you something?
What?
I'd wet my pants if I had to stand at the corner.
You know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I'd wet my pants if I...
Well, I wouldn't. I could go down to Avalon and 102nd right now. I'd be fine. But the fact of the matter is, most of these hicks, and I say that with...
No, there's no turning back now, man.
Well, I do. I say it with respect. Should say thank you, Hollywood. Thank you, L.A., for being there, for being a source of diversion, for being a...
What's wrong, man?
I'm angry that you're not backing me up on this.
I made the point at the beginning of the show that a lot of these teams, like the Kings and like the, the Pistons, they should downplay that hick thing and just play basketball, okay? I said that.
Yeah, but you didn't go far enough. You had to say they are hicks. And without L.A. to react against, without L.A. to create their entertainment for them, especially after 9/11, I'm shocked, I'm stunned, I'm saddened, and I'm sickened that after 9/11 and our boys dying in Afghanistan, these people can't have the common patriotic decency to say, thank you, L.A. We put out Zoolander right after 9/11. We saved America's ass. That was a funny movie.
Zoolander.
Yeah, well, look at all the movies they stopped production on. All of those terrorist deals. But Zoolander. And some of the other very funny things with the new guy with that freak, whatever his name is.
I don't know the name of that movie. 1-800-449-8686. And I forget what people are calling in to
pledge their support for the Lakers, for the city of Los Angeles, for Hollywood, for the quality entertainment that they've gotten night after night, day after day, year after year, week in and week out. And enough of this beat L.A. and a whole bunch of people with Mercedes-Benz and everything else. These people get down on their knees and they would do anything sexually to a goat to have half of the cars that we got.
All right, I got it. 1-800-449-8686. 1-800-449-8686. That's just great, man. Sexually to a goat.
Oh, look, I'm speaking the truth. I get so sick and tired of this stuff.
Here is Candace on the Phil Hendry Show. Candace?
Hi.
How you doing, Candace?
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
I don't understand where he's coming from. I mean, I know that we have to appreciate and we have to, according to him, thank L.A. and everything, but it wasn't only L.A. though. It was the whole nation came together.
No, but the good movies that came out were made in L.A. to take your mind off of the Muslims.
So we're supposed to appreciate L.A. for the movie The Sum of All Fears?
Is your door open? Because I'm hearing a bell.
Because that was a really, I mean...
Candace, first things first, what's that bell?
What?
What's the bell?
Oh, that bell, that's my car.
Okay, you want to close your door or whatever it is that's making...
Oh, okay, you can hear that, I'm sorry.
Yes, that's fine.
Are you driving down the road with your door open?
No, actually, I'm parked.
Oh, thank Christ.
Oh,
She's
no,
not driving down the road with the door open.
Look at...
No, I'm parked.
Candace, let me say this, okay? After 9/11, L.A. went into overtime producing the kind of entertainment, movies, comedies, action things that would take your mind off of the horror of what happened in New York City. But do we get thanks? No. The entire country spreads its collective cheeks and lets load a load, and excuse me, Candace, I know I'm talking to a lady, a load of wet diarrhea.
Oh, come on, man.
But that's the way it was. Yeah, that's the way it was. She thinks it's funny.
Well, the way you said it sounded funny. I wasn't laughing at you. It was just the way you said it.
Well, ma'am, that's what happened to the city of Los Angeles. No appreciation, and now our team, once again, is in the NBA, semifinals, and they're squatting and they're dumping.
What about just the people maybe in Sacramento, showing some appreciation?
Everybody. So I've been talking to you, Candace, now for about 5 minutes. You've heard my life story. I listened to your bell go off. I listened to you laugh at my jokes. How about it? A pledge of thank you, L.A. Thank you for everything you did for this country after 9/11.
I can thank them, and then at the same time, I can't. I don't know.
She won't do it.
I mean, they did a lot of money. Yeah, they did, but...
Did you see Spider-Man?
No, I do not go to the movies. That doesn't, none of that interests me.
You watch TV, don't you?
Yes, I watch TV.
What's your favorite show?
Oh, the news, maybe? The local news?
The local news?
Yeah. I don't really watch TV.
Are you?
I'm working all the time. I have no time for TV.
Are you legally blind?
She's driving a car.
Don't you like to watch Friends?
What do you think, Candace? ER?
ER. What about that? What about that thing everybody's talking about? That CSI or whatever the hell it's called.
You watch that CSI, Candace?
About
not
24?
Really.
What about 48 hours? What about 60 Minutes? What about any show with a number in it?
I watch actually Channel 13. I find that to be an educational channel. I mean, you learn a lot when you watch Channel 13.
What channel? What are they? Channel 13 in L.A. is the largest collection of mutant programming I've ever seen in my life.
Candace.
Yes.
Thank you for calling.
Wait a second. What about Thanks L.A.?
She's not going to say it, okay? She's not going to say it.
I can't thank L.A.
Thank
I
L.A.
can't.
Thank them.
I thank all the little people, that made their small contributions to...
All the little people have gotten together in this Sacramento Kings series against the Lakers, and collectively they've spread 2 large cheeks.
All of the schools, and all the kids, and all the car washes, and all of the everything.
All right. You know what, Candace? You make a good point. It's all about...
Oh, listen to you.
It's
is true.
It's
everybody.
The whole nation came together.
We
You
all
just
came
can't
together.
thank
Didn't you go to-
California. It's ridiculous.
You thank California? Yeah, you mean everybody put a little sign there at Ground Zero? I'm talking
most
about...
of that money that was raised
we got...
Most of the money that was raised in L.A., other people got their fingers into it, and, not all the money went.
Well, let me tell you something. If L.A. had been attacked by Arabs, we would have spread the money out.
Well, whatever, man. Gee, thanks. That's great.
Yeah, if they fly one into a building here, all the money will get to all the firefighters that die.
Oh, that's great, David. That's a really positive thought there, man.
Thank you.
I'm being sarcastic. Listen, Candace, thank you for your call. 1-800-449-8686. 1-800-449-8686.
Say it.
You're supposed to call up with your allegiance to L.A.
Say it better.
Oh, what do you mean?
Say it better.
Hey, everybody, call up and pledge how much you support the city of Los Angeles for everything that it's done for this country since 9/11.
What about the movies?
All the great movies that have been made here and all of the great TV shows.
You got your big NBC deal. Don't you want all those hicks out there?
Look, do you have to...
Don't you want them watching it? Say it.
I'd like you to watch whatever show I make for NBC, too.
Now give the number.
1-800-449-8686. Brenda, go ahead. You're on the Phil Hendry Show. Go ahead, Brenda.
Hello.
Yes, Brenda, go ahead.
I'm going to have to agree with Candace on most of this stuff. It wasn't just L.A. who pledged support for New York. It's the rest of the nation.
No, but we made the movies and the TV shows that made everything good. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you also make the movies and the TV shows that promote violence, that promote things that happened in New York.
What are you talking about, promote things that happen in New York? What's your favorite TV show? Yeah.
I don't have a specific favorite. I watch different shows.
Don't you watch that show? Don't you watch that 70s show?
I have watched it once or twice.
Yeah, you love it. Guess where they make it? L.A. You like Just Shoot Me? Guess where they make it? L.A.
Hey, guess what?
You like Leno? Guess where he makes that show? L.A. I can go on and on and on, Brenda, but do you ever call up and thank us? No. What you do, every time our basketball team comes to town, you spread cheek with butt corn chowder. Oh,
God!
Hey!
God!
Hey, are you aware of what we do in our town?
What are you doing? What town are you in?
Do you fly in airplanes?
You're in Shoe-Fly where?
Do you fly in airplanes?
Do I fly
build the airplanes you fly in.
Do I
My
fly?
town builds the airplanes that you fly in.
Who?
Wichita, Kansas.
No, they
Little
don't.
luxury jets
They build the planes in L.A. and Seattle.
No, they build the little luxury jets that take your Lakers from here to there.
I don't fly any luxury jet. I fly regular jets and everybody else. They're built in L.A. and Seattle.
No, but your Lakers fly in them, I'm sure.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. What I'm talking about...
You want to be commended for the production of movies and stuff your town does.
That's right.
Well,
Tremendous.
what about all the things that all the other little towns around the country do?
Let's see. Okay, they make those really cool orange traffic cones, and
you just want to be a smartass, don't you?
They don't do anything.
He does. That's it. The rest of the country does nothing.
They don't do anything. After 9/11, what did they do? But L.A. provided entertainment for every overall-wearing squirrel-gun-toting hick who didn't have anything to do with it.
Millions of dollars were raised around the rest of the country and sent to New York
all right, there.
for their support.
Okay, thank you, Wichita, for making really nice shower curtain rings.
What about
Look
What about the wheat that we grow that makes the bread that you eat?
The wheat that you grow? I hate to tell you this, but I eat Wonder Bread.
Which is made of what?
White bread, flour.
Okay, flour's made of what?
Something they grow out here.
Look at David. There's no freaking way that you're going to get people. We've had 2 people call and they don't even want to pledge any.
If it wasn't for L.A., you and the rest of your crap can't be entertaining yourselves. Oh, lady, if it wasn't for the movies that we make, you guys would be entertaining yourselves with shadow puppets.
But you know what? Have you ever gone outside and entertained yourself with nature? I mean,
I masturbated once in a field.
All right, that's all I need. I can't. I cannot, in all conscience, continue with this idiotic discourse. Thank L.A. for everything it's done since 9/11. Let's see. Spider-Man was good, but then we had to sit through Zoolander. All right, anyway, 1-800-449-8686, Phil Hendry Show.
1-800-449-8686. And now more on the Phil Hendry Show.
Did you see that game?
I saw it. 1-800-449-8686. David Hall is with me. I saw it.
Horry sets up outside the three-point line, throws up a desperation shot with no time left on the clock, and it goes in. You're trying to tell me that L.A. is some godless, hedonistic place. I have never seen the hand of God in anything more clearly in my life than that shot that went in for Horry. How many more Americans have to die in Afghanistan before people start pledging some kind of gratitude to the city of Los Angeles and Hollywood and the Lakers for everything they've done with all the great movies, the TV shows, the great restaurants, the amusement parks?
How many more Americans are going to die in Afghanistan?
Well, yeah. The guys over there dying, getting shot and killed by the Al-Qaeda and by the Taliban because people want to sit out there and say that they're not looking at a bug zapper. They're watching TV.
Let me take a phone call here. Teresa, go ahead. You're on the Phil Hendry Show.
Yeah. Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah.
You need to turn your radio down, too, Teresa. I forgot to mention to you. Turn your radio down.
You got a radio turned down?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy, man, he's a real jerk. And I want to tell you something.
I'm a jerk?
Yeah, buddy. I'm from Wilmington, North Carolina. We got a movie studio right here, and I got all the entertainment here I can handle.
So you got a movie theater?
But you know what? DEG Studios, that's what.
You got a movie theater. Big deal.
Yeah, that's right. It is a big deal. That's what you're trying to tell us.
It's not a movie theater. It's not a movie theater. It's a movie studio.
Movie studio. We make movies here, buddy.
What movie did you make there?
All right, they go all the way. We got Dawson's Creek. It comes up here.
Porn doesn't count, ma'am. Porn doesn't count. I'm talking about legitimate movies.
Dawson's Creek.
We don't do porn movies, buddy. We don't do porn. This is clean cut. You better check.
What do you call Dawson's Crack? You don't call that porn?
Dawson's Creek.
Dawson's Creek is what it is, and we've done Maximum Overdrive, Cat's Eye, and I can go on and on and on.
All right, how many good restaurants have you got? None. How many amusement parks have you got? None. How many?
I do got amusement parks.
Huh?
We got amusement parks here.
I'm talking about cool ones like Disneyland. Get out of here. I'm not talking about a roller coaster that 5 people died on last year. And Dawson's Crap is not what I would call
Dawson's Creek. You going to keep screwing it up?
Yeah, but you know what? Why do you sit there and downgrade everybody else? Everybody else.
Everybody else?
Yeah, how the hell are you going to get a pledge from anybody, man, because you're a jerk?
I'm not a jerk. I'm saying that L.A. keeps getting squatted on and dumped over because all we ever do is win. We win at basketball. We win at baseball. We win at
football?
Well, no, but...
yeah, we ain't got any football.
Yeah, where's your football at, buddy?
Hey, Teresa, by the way, Teresa, the county fair doesn't count as an amusement park, okay?
The county fair, buddy,
Yeah.
that means a lot to my hometown.
Well, hey, whoopee-doo. I mean, let's go on over and get a corn dog, whatever. Let's go get some of that fried cheese. I'm talking about...
Hey, well, let's step outside and breathe in some smog, buddy. Can you see? Can you breathe good over there?
Yeah, I'm breathing just fine.
Yeah, I bet you can. Can you see everything around you real good with all that damn smog?
Yeah, I'm seeing just fine. By the way, I'm seeing all I need. I'm seeing all I need to see. My girlfriend taking her clothes off.
Can we get serious?
No, I want to ask this lady. What do you call a shed where you make VD education films? That's not a movie studio.
Ha.
You're really funny,
Isn't he a riot?
For you,
you're very funny. Hey, my daughters have got something they want to say to you, buddy.
Your daughter's a guy? What'd they call me, a duty head?
Yeah, you're a duty head, and you're a pervert, and you're sick, man. I can't even believe you're talking to... We're Americans. All of us, we're all important.
The longer you
I
put
love
off...
my country, man. I love my country. Why are you downgrading everybody else?
You love your country. Do you love L.A.?
I don't have anything against L.A.
No, do you love L.A.?
No, I love Wilmington, but I have nothing against anybody else.
Ma'am, nobody is ever going to hold up a sign and go, beat Wilmington, beat Wilmington. They're never going to do it. It's beat L.A., beat L.A. You want to know why?
Why?
Because we've got one of the coolest amusement parks going, Knott's Berry Farm.
Uh-huh.
I want you to sing I Love L.A. Go ahead, do it.
No, hey, I'm going to sing I Love Wilmington. How about that?
Do it.
No,
Phil,
man,
you do it.
What?
I said, Phil, you do it.
I love L.A.
Do it better.
I love L.A.
Better.
I love L.A.
Do better.
This is the Phil Hendry Show. 1-800-449-8686.
The children over at the Children's Cancer Outreach is a project that we're involved with. So this weekend I'm going to be over there with the kids and the parents. And the kids, these are kids that have cancer, and most of them are terminal. They're having like a pep rally for the Super Bowl. They're going to have barbecue, and they're going to put on a little pep rally for the Eagles and the Patriots. And then we're going to have, as I said, a barbecue with hamburgers. And the event's very affordable. It's $10 per person. David Hall, our Vice President of Syndication, is with us to talk about the Children's Cancer Outreach and the work that we do with them. David, these are kids who are very seriously ill, and this is fun for them to have this kind of event.
It's going to be very, I think it'll be fun for the kids. I got to tell you, it makes me a little bit nervous because I guess the political overtones of this event, that's the only thing, and I think when you're dealing with kids, you want to keep them clear of that.
Well, you know what it is. I mean, I talked with Peggy Auger. She's the director of, and one of the kids noted how patriotic sounding the two teams in the Super Bowl were sounded.
Right, the Patriots and the Eagles.
The Patriots and the Eagles, and that it was interesting in light of our struggles in Iraq and elsewhere. And so the kids wanted to point that up.
No, I understand that, and believe me, I have kids of my own. It's just that there might be more here than meets the eye, and I was hoping that you, and I'm saying this to your audience right now, and I communicated this to Penny. I was hoping you'd go there to simply sign some autographs, meet the kids and their parents, and then leave. And that's what we would want people to know, that you'll be there for autographs.
Well, let me ask a question.
But I don't want you there being used for political purposes.
But let me ask you, they're kids, right?
No, I understand they're kids. But they have adults in their lives that have agendas.
Well, all it is it's Eagles and it's Patriots. That's the, that's the Super Bowl.
No, the Eagles and Patriots, and they're playing up the patriotic theme.
Okay, but what is wrong with that?
Well, I think it plays into the president's agenda. You're a Democrat. You know how devastating these past months have been for people on that side of the political aisle. And we have the Academy Awards coming up here in Los Angeles in a few months. It's an event that brings millions into our city. There's a great many people in the entertainment community that are Democrats or support liberal causes. And if they're exposed to some event where these... I want to say that these are sick kids. You mentioned to me that a lot of them have had chemo, correct?
Yes, they have.
So they've lost their hair, and they're not normal-looking kids. If you put the people that'll be voting for the Academy Awards and you expose them to this, and these kids are running around on a stage with patriotic this and eagle that, it's offensive to them, and I can tell you that it can affect how the Academy Awards are run. We're already buzzing about, why the Passion of Jesus wasn't nominated. So,
all right. Well, so what are you telling me? You do not want me to go to the pep rally?
Just the pep rally part, which is the Patriots and Eagles, right?
Yes.
Just go to sign the autographs, but you're going to be politically used, I think, by the kids.
This is what I'm having a problem with. When you say that I'm going to be politically used by the kids, first of all, what difference does it make? You mentioned I'm a Democrat.
Exactly, but there's a big agenda out there being pushed by the Republicans, and I think that these kids are part of that. And when you say cancer outreach, people can't say no to that. But I'm a little bit more, I guess, concerned with you And I'm a little less concerned with some kid who came down with leukemia or whatever he's got. I'm just trying to say that it's important that you not anger certain people in the entertainment business.
Well, okay, this is something you and I have talked about before.
Absolutely.
And I've often said to you, I don't really care. I'm not in the movie business. I'm not in the television business. You know.
But there are other people that depend upon you. I am interested in the television and movie business. Other people, and when you go to some pep rally and you're manipulated by these cancer kids, and I don't mean to say cancer kids, but these kids, they run around and they're, for whatever reason, they don't have hair.
Chemotherapy.
All right, the chemotherapy. And they've got IV units, and I don't know if you've seen it, but they have IV units that they're attached to. So the kids are walking around with this large bottle hanging off of a rack, and you feel sorry for them.
Obviously.
Okay. Now they want to play up the Patriots and the Eagles, and the next thing you know, these little kids have sucked you in, and they're promoting the Bush agenda, and that's what I'm worried about.
Well, look, I support the president, but I don't want it to be political.
I'm afraid that it is. It's the Eagles and the Patriots. And whoopee America.
Well, the kids thought it was very patriotic, but they didn't mention anything about Bush.
Well, but that's what it's about. If you say Patriots, Eagles, it's about the war, and it's about Bush. And I think these kids who get this cancer, and then they get, their hair goes away, and they've got an IV, and they're in their pajamas. They got you where they want you. And the next thing you know, you're promoting an agenda.
All right. I'm going to give our phone number out. David G. Hall joins me. Our number is 1-800-449-8686. This is kind of an interesting conversation. The Children's Cancer Outreach is having a pep rally this weekend. I was promoting it. I'm going to be there along with the kids and their parents, and they're also going to have a barbecue. And the kids liked the idea of the Eagles and Patriots in the Super Bowl. They thought it was very patriotic. You know, the eagle, the American eagle, the Minuteman Patriot. But, Mr. Hall, you're basically saying because they have cancer, they get a sympathy vote.
Right. They get a sympathy vote, and now you're up there doing their bidding, if you will.
Well, I'm not doing their bidding.
Well, you're in a way, you've got to. What are you going to say no to a kid what has, no hair and has the cancer?
All right, 1-800-449-8686 here on the Phil Hendrie Show. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
The Academy Awards, you brought that up.
Yeah, the reason why I brought the Academy Awards up, Phil, is because it's a very important event in this city. When they get you up there, these kids that got cancer get you up there, and they're dancing around and they're talking about the Eagles and Patriots, and they're doing this pro-Bush agenda. Imagine how people who are voting the Academy Awards are going to feel. They are going to feel guilty and manipulated to the point where they don't know what the best movie is, they're going to be voting for terrible things.
Well, I'm not worried about that.
I know you're not worried about that, but the business is.
And I don't care if they vote for something bad in the Academy Awards. I mean, what do you...
Well, they've got a lot of... The point is, no one can say no to a kid with cancer. Fortunately, I am able to do it because that's my job. So I'm telling you, I'd rather you not. I'm telling you that I would rather not have you up there with these bald kids running around the stage, carrying their IV units, and screaming about, Bush.
They're not screaming about Bush.
But they're talking about the Eagles and the Patriots.
That's the name of the team. Those are the names of the teams, okay? And, yeah, they did see a patriotic or a nationalistic tie-in because the Philadelphia Eagle, that's the name of the Philadelphia Eagles, and that's the American Eagle, and the New England Patriots, the Minuteman. I get that, okay?
That's pro-Bush. And I can't have you up there intentionally by these, not mutants, I don't want to, but
they're children with cancer, David.
I understand. Phil, you're talking to a father, but they're bald and they've got IV units.
All right, so what? So
somebody's got to say no to them.
All right, 1-800-449-8686. Betty, go ahead.
Hi, my name's Betty, and
yes,
I think the gentleman there, even though he's a father, I'm certainly glad he's not my father or the father of my children. Those children are going to have a political agenda.
Well, why are they doing it with
They can hardly manage to survive. And all they're caring about is thinking about a football game, and he's bringing it into the Academy Awards?
Well, they're bringing out the Eagles. Are you familiar with this week's Super Bowl, ma'am?
Yes, I love football.
All right, it's going to be the Philadelphia Eagles and the New England Patriots.
And that has nothing to do with those children being political.
Well, that's where we disagree.
Nothing.
That's where we disagree.
Nothing. Well, obviously.
They told Phil, and Peggy Auger, who's with the Children's Outreach, said the kids like the patriotic idea.
All right, they like the patriotic idea.
Are you an American and you're not patriotic?
Of course I'm patriotic, but
I
these
don't
days...
think so.
Well, what are you, a Republican? You're a Republican, right?
Yeah, and I wouldn't care if I was a Republican, a Democrat, or an independent. Those are children.
I'm not somebody who's easily manipulated
and you know what?
by a bald
Who cares about the Academy Awards? This is going to hurt the Academy Awards.
If you live in the Los,
absolutely nuts.
Ma'am,
so goodbye.
I can say no to a bald kid. You can't.
Are you in a batting cage?
I am. And let me tell you why I'm in a batting cage. It's the best way for me to deal with the stress of listening to your show tonight, because I got a little bit angry, and I didn't want to come on the program, tensed up. So I'm over here, and I'm knocking a few balls around, trying to relax myself so I don't break a bat over someone's head, because
You're really worried about this?
Absolutely.
Well, what do you mean you can say no to a bald kid?
I'm saying, unlike that lady that just called, because a kid's got no hair and has got a bottle that he's hooked up to, I can see through that to his motivations.
All right, hold on. 1-800-449-8686. David G. Hall, Vice President of Syndication for our company. And we are talking about a program this weekend. It's a Super Bowl rally being sponsored by the children at the Children's Cancer Outreach. These are terminally ill children who are having a barbecue. They want to rally for the football game that he feels has a political agenda, because the kids recognized immediately the patriotic theme of having two teams in the Super Bowl, one called the Eagles and the other called the Patriots. He is afraid that if I go to this event, it's politicized and that it's going to be bad for my image. And we're discussing this on the air. Mr. Hall, I think, has made some comments that trouble me, that he's not easily manipulated by a bald kid with a bottle of juice he's hooked up to, whatever that means. 1-800-449-8686. We're discussing a pep rally for the Super Bowl. Is it overly political? And am I being used by kids who have cancer? It's the Phil Hendry Show.
The Phil Hendry Show. 1-800-449-8686. Truth, justice, comedy. The Phil Hendry Show is back. 1-800-449-8686.
I think they misunderstood.
Well, you have to explain that. It's the Phil Hendry Show with David G. Hall, Vice President of Syndication. The event this weekend for the Children's Cancer Outreach Project was a pep rally that I'm going to be at. Now, you said that this is bad for the industry, the movie industry, because these cancer patient children may manipulate the emotions of the voters for the Academy Awards so that they vote for a bad movie. Is that what you said?
Phil, I think what you're doing is you're oversimplifying what I'm saying.
All right, well, correct me.
You and other entertainers that involve themselves in this Children's Cancer Outreach barbecue will be out there not knowing that these kids are promoting a political agenda by...
Well, wait, how do you think...
Because they said it's patriotic with the Eagles and the I forget the other team.
The Patriots.
The Patriots. Now, who can say no? As I said, I'm trying to put this as simply as I can. Who can look a little kid with no hair, wearing pajamas, and a bottle that he's hooked up to? Who can look at that kid and say, no, I'm not going to do your barbecue? That's when the kid knows he's hooked you. And he is calculating inside that little bald head, he's calculating, okay, now I got this guy where I want him. I can get this guy, Phil Hendry, the talk show host, to come up and make a jackass out of himself. You know, literally, Phil.
David, come on.
No, literally. Or I can get this guy voting in the Academy to vote for a piece of garbage movie like The Aviator. Huh? You didn't know that, did you?
I don't even know it's nominated, man. When, I didn't see Passion of the Christ Day, which I...
You religious?
No, I'm not religious. I just thought it was bogus. All right, 1-800-449-8686. Candy, go ahead. Candy?
Yes, I just wanted to bring back to light the fact that your caller had the audacity to talk about cancer victim children and call them mutants.
No, I did not. I corrected myself.
You corrected yourself or not. You said it, sir, and there is, obviously, that's what's in your heart because it's what came out of your mouth.
Can I tell you?
And if you want to make this political, then you're allowed to have your opinion. This is America. If you want to make a political thing out of children being part of a rally, then that's fine. But to have the audacity to call them mutants, and, sir, I pray to God that your children, your grandchildren never have cancer, because if you did, I promise you would not view them as mutants.
They're not mutants, okay? I apologize. It's just that I had seen a movie called Last House on the Left. No, The Hills Have Eyes. That's it. And there was a bald guy that came down with an axe. It looked like a lot of the way these kids do. Forgive me.
These
oh, my
kids
God.
Are cancer victims, and you're now comparing them to a horror movie?
No, but did you see The Hills Have Eyes?
That's no better than calling them mutants, sir.
Ma'am, they're not mutants, but I will say this. They don't look at your name's Candy, correct?
Yes,
don't be fooled. These little bald kids are calculating in their head how they can use you. They know
These
you
are
already.
Children, sir.
You're telling me kids can't manipulate emotionally?
I don't think that children have a political agenda. Now, their parents might or sponsors might, and you're allowed to have that opinion. But these are children, and I think you're putting far too much cynicism on children, and maybe that's why our children of America today are underachieving, because people like you give them no value and assume that they have no value or morality to them.
Wait a minute, I've just said I'm complimenting them. I'm saying they've got more brains. They've got more brains than you or I, where they can take you, take me, take Mr. Hendry, get us up on a stage, and the next thing you know, we're reading Mein Kampf. We are saying this.
Mein Kampf?
Well, you know what I'm saying.
I'd like to compliment Mr. Hendry for having the humanitarian.
Here we go. They're always going to take your side because you're the host.
Well, look, let the lady finish. Well, she's simply saying that I wanted to be a part of this thing.
And I'm the bad guy because I see the big picture. I see where these little skinheads are going to...
There you go with skinhead. You see what I'm saying?
Well, even the lady thinks it's funny.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. See? And shame on you for thinking that's funny. You should burn in hell. See, that's what you're saying to me. Your instinct is to laugh at those kids just like me.
I think it's funny that you would be so cruel and so close-minded to make that comment. No, I was laughing at you and your narrow-mindedness.
You thought it was funny. You thought it was funny, and that's my point, Phil.
I thought you were funny.
Even a woman like this, who I'm sure has the best of intentions, can sink down into a pit of her own filth.
Oh, my God.
Well, I think that you're a very cynical, sad man.
A pit of her own filth. I mean, David...
Okay, both of you people can do what you want to do. I'm telling you as an employee, you're not doing that event.
David, I can only do what you asked me to do. I want to be there for the kids, okay?
You can be there for the kids and make yourself look good to your listeners. I got to see the big picture. You got this kid up there who's going to be bald, and he's going to be there. All these bald kids leaping around the stage talking about George Bush.
It ain't about George Bush.
Mr. Henry, I would challenge you to put the value of life and the value of children and to honor people suffering with cancer above
what your
narrow-minded employer would believe to be political.
You used to have, did you have cancer?
No, sir, I have not. and I'm thankful for that.
You're one of these people.
That my child is healthy.
The minute you see drool, you get suckered in. Not me.
The minute you see drool, you get suckered in.
Right.
Well, I'm sorry for the life that you lead.
All right, listen, Candy, thank you so much.
You got a nice name, Candy. How can you be so dour? Is your last name Samples?
All right. 1-800-449-8686. A pep rally for the Eagles and the Patriots at the Kids Cancer Outreach Project. I'm going to be attending. Because it's the Patriots and the Eagles, Mr. Hall thinks it's too political and I shouldn't attend. That these little cancer patients have a political agenda. 1-800-449-8686. Phil Hendry Show.
The Phil Hendry Show. 1-800-449-8686. FUBAR. This is the Phil Hendry Show. 1-800-449-8686.
All right, we're going to bring on the line here in just a second David G. Hall to make a big announcement concerning the Phil Hendry Show and a sponsorship opportunity that we're very, very proud to. I'm not aware yet, Bud. You know the sponsor?
You told me about it.
Do you know the sponsor, Bud? Don't giggle. Do you know the sponsor?
Yeah.
What's so funny? What's so funny? Why are you holding your mouth? Get out of here, man. Anyway, we have David G. Hall will be joining us here in a moment. Next week, of course, Bud Dickman's Most Radical NASCAR Accidents will return here on the Phil Hendry Show. And Frodo the Puppet is going to be joining us tonight to ask me about the Muhammad cartoons. Our number is 1-800-449-8686, 1-800-449-8686. We now bring on David G. Hall. David, how are you?
Well, I'm very, very well, and I do want to make a big announcement on behalf of the Phil Hendry Show tonight. I told you that we had a sponsor that was sinking, Phil, a significant amount of money into the Phil Hendry Show for the next year. And this is going to put our radio show into the black. We are going to be, Phil, I'm very, very, very proud to say that you are going to be bonused significantly. And it's been a very hard work of some very dedicated people, but we do have a new sponsor.
And of course, I want to know who the sponsor is.
Well, we want to tell you, and we also want to tell you the format. We're excited about the format in rolling out Mint Green, which is the new sponsor for the Phil Hendry Show. This is called a new kind of sponsorship opportunity, whereby the sponsor is woven into the fabric material of the show. So that when you, Phil Hendry, talk about different subjects and give different opinions, those opinions will be sponsored by Mint Green. And I'll give you an example, Phil, and I showed you some topics that I wanted you to get into tonight. Dick Cheney leveling a weapon at one of his dear friends and firing away until the man's face was almost a hamburger. Tell us your opinion about that.
First of all, I do not agree that Dick Cheney leveled a weapon at a friend and shot him until his face turned into a hamburger. I think that the police have been very, very clear.
All right, well, that's an example, because you gave your opinion. I don't want to hold you up, but now you say this opinion here on the Phil Hendry Show has been brought to you by Mint Green. And then I'll tell you what Mint Green is. So go ahead.
So what do I say?
I told you. I told you before the show.
I'm sorry, but isn't there a tagline?
There's a tagline. I'll give it to you. Just say your opinion and say it's brought to you by Mint Green.
Well, I said it. I believe that Vice President Cheney was a very tragic accident. He said it himself. It was one of the worst days of his life to see a friend of yours drop to the ground after you fired a shotgun, and it was an accident, and the police are not filing charges. I think the media wants it to be a huge story. I think they desperately need it to be a huge story. But until they find evidence of alcohol use, barring that, it's not a huge story.
Now you say this opinion. Why do I got to remind you? You know, I don't...
Okay,
say this opinion brought to you by Mint Green.
This opinion has been brought to you by Mint Green. You don't need to talk...
Then you say...
Yeah, but you don't need to talk to me like I'm a kid.
We talked about this before the show. Well, please, God, let me maintain my temper.
David.
Hold on for a minute. Please, God, let me hold my temper. Please, God, let me hold my temper. Please, God, let me hold my temper. Okay. All right, Phil, brought to you by Mint Green.
Yeah, brought to you by Mint Green.
All right. A fresh wipe that helps you get rid of embarrassing anal odor. Say it.
You got to be kidding me, man.
Whoa. This is a sponsor that has worked very hard to get on your show. Now, in fact, go to a break.
David,
Go to a break.
All right, we'll be right back here on the Phil Hendry Show.
All right, stand by.
Get David back up.
Phil, I want to tell you something right now. You do what I told you to do before the show.
I didn't know the sponsor was going to be an anal wipe.
Look, you're on the show every day talking about all kinds. I just heard that last woman you had on the air about how white people, she don't want to see any black guys going downhill on their backs. What is that? Now do it.
Are you trying to tell me?
You got 10 seconds.
You just better do it.
Welcome back to the Phil Hendry Show.
Yeah, and this is David G. Hall.
Yes, and Mr. Hall is telling us about a brand new sponsor for the Phil Hendry Show. They will be sponsoring the different opinions that I give on the Phil Hendry Show.
Give another opinion.
My next opinion is about the Muhammad cartoons. I feel that the Muhammad cartoons should be in the mainstream media here in America, and yet the mainstream media has been gutless. Mainstream media...
Yeah. Now do the...
What do you mean, yeah?
I'm giving the people an example of what it's going to be.
Anyway, I think the Muhammad cartoons should be in the mainstream media. This opinion has been brought to you by Mint Green, a fresh wipe that helps you get rid of embarrassing anal odor.
Keep going.
Whenever you are with people and they're not happy with your presence, just use Mint Green, the new rectal wipe from Chauncey Industries.
Right. What's going on with you, okay? You don't like this? Oh, boy, you really take the cake. I got salespeople.
All right, yes, I do. I appreciate it. I didn't know there was such a product.
Yes, there is. And you want to know who passed up the opportunity to have a lot of money sunk into his show? You ever heard of Jay Leno? Yeah, thank you. Jay Leno could have had this sponsor.
Well, I guess we turned it down for some reason.
He turned it down because he doesn't know how to do it the way you do it. You're Phil Hendry. You're on the radio. You can sell it. Now do another opinion. And then I want you to give examples of how you use it in your everyday life.
Wait a minute, man. I don't...
Just give examples of it.
Meanwhile, everybody out there in Radio Land's listening to us, you're telling me to give examples of how I use it.
That's right. They don't remember I'm talking to you like this. Just give another opinion.
My next opinion is on a topic, and this has to do with, I don't know.
Give an opinion about the Lakers.
All right, to the Lakers. I think the Los Angeles Lakers need to face the music and get rid of the entire brain trust. The entire brain trust of the L.A. Lakers is not getting the job done. You can criticize the players all you want. Phil Jackson ain't getting it done anymore, and I think it's obvious by now that the rumors and the things that were said during the 90s are true. And that is that Phil Jackson can't win without superstars. Phil Jackson can't win without phenomenal players. And he is an average coach at best when he has modest players talent-wise. I also think that whoever the general manager is and the player personnel guy, they got to go.
Do it.
This opinion of the Lakers was brought to you by Mint Green, a fresh wipe that... Do I got to say this every time?
Yes. God.
This opinion of the L.A. Lakers is brought to you by Mint Green, a fresh wipe that helps you get rid of embarrassing anal odor. Whenever you are with people who are not happy with your presence, use Mint Green, the rectal wipe for the 21st century.
Now give examples of how you use it.
You know full well that
I said to just... Oh, God. Take a break.
David, I promise...
Take a break.
All right, we'll be right back. David G. Hall is with me. We're announcing a new sponsor here on the Phil Hendry Show.
Tell them who it is.
Mint Green.
What do they do?
It's a rectal wipe.
There you go.
1-800-449-8686, Phil Hendry Show.
Phil Hendry, 1-800-449-8686. The Phil Hendry Show is back. 1-800-449-8686.
This is David G. Hall, very, very proud of the new sponsor of the Phil Hendry Show, Mint Green. And now, without further ado, here is Phil Hendry.
Thank you very much, David. And welcome to the Phil Hendry Show, brought to you by Mint Green, a fresh wipe that helps you get rid of embarrassing anal odor. The half-empty New Orleans Mardi Gras. What's going on? I think it's because the city is most probably recovering from the devastating economic effects of Hurricane Katrina that the Mardi Gras will not be at full steam this year. And I think we can all live, at least for 1 year, without the Mardi Gras being uppermost in the minds of people in New Orleans. It's time to get the Mardi Gras in the back of our mind and the growth of the city of New Orleans into the front of our mind. This opinion has been brought to you by... What is that?
Here's what I said.
What are you asking questions for? Just do it.
What is that?
It's the fresh sound of mint green.
It's an ocean or a beach or something.
Yes, just do it. Forget it. Now we got to do it all over again. Okay, start again.
What do you mean we got to do it?
Will you just quit asking questions and do what I asked? Give an opinion, something, anything. I don't care. How about that no smoking deal out in Calabasas? You know, the one that nobody cares about, but you do?
Oh, yeah, okay. Why don't I give it a...
Just do it.
The city of Calabasas, California, which, by the way, made the front page of the Drudge Report, has passed a no-smoking ordinance. An ordinance that is entirely unenforceable. If people light up and smoke cigarettes in Calabasas, who will enforce this? The police? I'm sure the L.A. County Sheriff has much better things to do than to answer some call down at some mall where some guy lit up a cigarette. Will the average citizen enforce it? It only puts them in jeopardy. I say that the people who run the city of Calabasas have not only passed a law that is probably unconstitutional, but they have also lowered the property values and the business values in their city, because if you have a hotel that only has 20% rooms that have smoking, it lowers the property value of that hotel. This opinion on the Phil Hendry Show has been brought to you by Mint Green, the new rectal wipe from Chauncey Industries. Mint Green. If people aren't happy with you, use this rectal wipe.
Do another one.
My next opinion has to do with the Coast Guard senior cadet charged with rape. Boy, that sure is bad. This opinion brought to you by Mint Green. For all of the...
Oh, read it like a white man, will you?
What is that supposed to mean?
We on the air?
Yes.
How dare you put me on the air with that opinion? I didn't have anything to say to do with that last comment about reading like a white man. This is David G. Hall, and my comment brought to you by Mint Green, the new rectal wipe from Chauncey Industries. Where's Margaret? Get her on.
What do you mean, Margaret?
Hold on for a minute. Margaret, are you there?
Yes, David, I'm right here. I've got a couple of rough drafts. Frank's been helping me. I brought over Bobo Nelson, you know, the piano player.
I know Bobo's a good jazz piano player.
Well, we worked on a couple of things, and I've come up with a couple of ideas. So if Henry can do this without screwing the pooch on it...
You know how it is.
Hey, would you mind talking about me like I'm here, okay?
Oh, were you there?
Yeah, I happen to be here. It's my show.
Oh, all right. Well, I've got a couple of ideas, so whenever you want me to do it, David.
All right. Go ahead. Give an opinion, Phil.
What do you mean?
Do it!
Global warming causing the polar ice caps to melt. If this is hard and fast scientific evidence, the United Nations should be all over this. However, excuse me, it seems to me that it's just more kooky pseudoscience that is not backed up by fact. This opinion has been brought to you by Mint Green, a fresh wipe that helps you get rid of embarrassing anal odor.
Oh, drink some water, will you?
I'm sorry, I got an allergy. The new rectal wipe from Chauncey Industries.
Go.
Mint Green, it's just for you and your crack.
From Chauncey Industries. All right, good. Do another one.
Every time I do an opinion, I'm going to hear that?
Hold on for a minute. Hold on, Margaret. I'm awfully sorry.
Certainly.
Don't argue with me. Just do it.
Are you trying to tell me that every time an opinion is proffered on this show...
Listen to him, bud.
Sorry. She's going to sing a jingle?
Yes. Oh, what's better? Mint Green isn't worthy of a jingle? Every other product gets a jingle. Charmin toilet paper. You know what? How come toilet paper, they can advertise it on TV? But we come up with a perfectly good rectal wipe. No, you can't do that. You're embarrassed. What are you embarrassed about? If I said, hey, would you sell Charmin?
Well, I'm just saying Charmin toilet paper, man. I'm not talking about... What do you mean it's for you and your crack?
That's the jingle. Mark, you got anything else?
I've got a couple of ideas I'm kicking around. Bobo, what do you think?
How do you like doing? Man, Queen, that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I like that. But we've got some things.
Go ahead, do another one.
I believe that the whole... I think that neighborhood bullies... the Olympics, that's a good one. Yeah, the Olympics. The Olympics. America needs to do much better in the Olympics. Everybody sucks on our team. This opinion has been brought to you by Mint Green, the new rectal wipe for the 21st century.
Mint Green, it's clean down there.
Brought to you by Chauncey Industries.
Get out of here, all of you clowns.
Boys, you're going to be mad.
Let them be mad. Mint Green, it's clean down there. Of all the goofball ideas, and these guys, hey, yeah, Phil, we got a brand new sponsor for your show. It's a rectal wipe.
Well, it's money. It's green. It all spins.
Yeah. How long do you think people are going to be listening to this show, man, with that kind of goofball entertainment? What does he want now? We got to do the freaking music. What?
Let me tell you something, friend. That's a lot of money that you just flushed right down the toilet. Hey, get it? Toilet, mint green? You know that...
Get out of here, please.
David Hall is the Vice President of Syndication for the Phil Hendry Show. David, how are you?
I'm doing good, Phil. I'm driving home listening to you right now.
Do you have the name of this Secret Service guy?
No, I don't. I called in because I thought that you had gotten a memo, and you probably didn't, on some of the material that you're doing on your program.
Should I not be talking about this, or...?
Well, no, I think it's interesting. But we did get the results from the Young and Rubicam survey, and I thought you'd seen the memo. So what we're going to do here, if I can, Phil, I'm on my way home, and I realize you've got people listening to the program. And
I just want to know, am I doing the wrong thing on the air? I'm talking about the Secret Service agent?
Well, I mean, it was 30-some years ago, you know, and we got to move on a little bit.
Okay, so it's kind of old baby boomer stuff?
Yeah, a little bit, but here's the thing that I wanted to mention to you, and I'm sorry to have to do this on the air, Phil. Women, we have found, single women are the largest consumer spending bloc in America. They have incredible product loyalty, and they're willing to suggest to their friends certain products are good.
Single women.
Single women, all right? That's why there are these single women, and I feel that you're talking too much about things involving being married and things involving your own particular interests. I don't have any problem with the Secret Service thing, but what I want you to start thinking about, Phil, before you open your mouth on your show, and forgive me for putting it that way,
right?
I want you to start thinking about these single women who are the largest spending bloc for advertisers.
Okay, so my talking about Secret Service wasn't necessarily bad.
No, that wasn't necessarily bad. What I think is bad on your show, and what I want to back you off of, you talk a little bit too much about being married. Okay?
I talk too much about being... I am married.
Yeah, remember what I said. Single women are the largest consumer spending bloc in the country. These women want to feel like they have a chance with you.
David, I'm a married guy.
Well, just hold on for a minute. We're talking about a fantasy here. They want to feel as if they have a chance with you. So since you're already, doing damage, I guess, by talking about being married, you have to do a little bit of damage control. Make it seem like it's not working out with your wife.
Wait a minute. I started the hour out talking about something else. Now, what do you want me to do?
I want you to recognize that the largest single block of consumer spenders is single women. In order for you to get that audience, you have to appear as if you're single, or at least as if your marriage is on the rocks. Phil,
David, come on, man. I mean, what the program is about, in sharing my life...
Phil, I am telling you, you need to get these listeners, because if you don't, all of your kind of radio, I mean you and all these other guys, are going to be out to lunch. You've got to get women, single women, listening to you, and the way to do it, you make it seem like it's not working out. I'm not saying that your marriage is not working out, but
you want me to make it seem like my marriage to Maria is not working out.
Right. In fact, don't even mention your wife. Don't mention her. Appear single.
How do I appear?
It's not a big thing, so what I'm trying to do is get you to appeal to single women.
All right, how do I appear single?
I want you to start talking about that you have a hot sports car. I want you to start to talk about, that you have a swinging life. Talk about your jazz collection. In fact, women love light jazz. Does Craig have that music up for you?
What music?
The music that I asked him to dub off.
Craig, what are you doing? Did you talk to David? You did?
Yeah, have him play cut 2. I want this is a light jazz thing. This is something that I want to start.
David, why are we doing this on the air?
Hold on for a minute. We're doing it on the air because you didn't get the memo, obviously. All right, this is going to be the theme to I'd like to be the theme, but this is a nice light jazz thing that women like. Listen to this.
This is the music that...
Yeah, this is something women just... Yeah. Yeah.
What is this?
This is jazz. Light jazz.
This is like I'd hear this on the wave or something?
Yeah, you hear this on the wave all the time.
It sounds like I walked into Jumbo's clown room. I mean...
I don't know what you mean by that. Okay, Craig, kill it for a second. That's what I'm talking about, Phil.
Do you want that to be the theme for my...
Chicks like jazz. Okay, things about women... They like sensitive things, okay? I want you to start talking about your weekend place at Lake Arrowhead, how you chop out there on the weekends. You know what I'm saying, Phil?
I don't have a weekend place.
I know that.
All right, so in other words, you want it to appear as if I'm single, and...
Yeah. You spend a lot of time reading, like, have you got a pen?
Yes.
Write these down.
Okay.
Bridges of Madison County.
Bridges of...
Madison County.
Got it.
Love letters.
The love letters.
The Celestine Prophecy.
The Celestine Prophecy.
And? Write this down. You curl up with white wine.
When I'm doing what?
When you're reading these books.
I curl up with white wine.
Brie cheese.
What's brie cheese?
Just write it down. Things you talk about.
Brie cheese, Celestine Prophecy, and I curl up with white wine.
Right. Come on like a friend. Women love the underdog, so make it seem like you and Maria are drifting apart. Now, here's the most important thing, Phil. To get more single women listening to your show, I want you to understand something. Women love a challenge, so they'll want to make you their new project.
David, if I'm encouraging women to come on to me...
Just hold on for a minute. You want it to...
Yeah, I want it to seem like I'm single, right?
Yes.
If I'm encouraging women to come on to me and they get serious like they want to meet me,
We've got security, don't worry, we'll blow them off. I mean, if they actually come out to meet you, their personal appearance,
yeah,
they won't get past the security.
So in other words, I'm making it seem like I'm single.
Just listen to me, will you?
All right, I'm single.
All right, women love a challenge, and they want to make you a project. One thing that women love, they love projects. Let them think that they can change you. Let them think that they can... make you into a new man. Women, they want a risk. Write this down.
Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize.
What are you doing?
I just want to tell the audience, I thought we were going to do something else. You're telling me now how to appeal to single women.
Right. You ready?
Okay.
Women want risks. They want high-risk men. They love the unknown. Maybe they can have you, maybe they can't. All right, now they want to always be guessing, so always keep them guessing. Hint at maybe unfaithfulness. Make sure you stand them up at least once.
What is all of this that you're...
This is what women want.
How do you know this?
Phil, I've been around. And I've seen a lot of women. Now write it down.
They hinted unfaithfulness. Make sure I stand them up.
Make sure you stand them up. Treat them bad. Love these... You know what they really like? Those white tight briefs. You know those white bun huggers?
Yeah.
Wear those.
What, you want me to start wearing them? I'm not going to be sleeping with any of these women.
No, but you're telling them, pretend like you do. A little bit of a hit of body odor, and be a rogue and a wanderer. Now read it back to me.
Women love projects, and they think they can make a project out of a man. Women want risk. They love the unknown. Maybe they can have you, maybe they can't. Always keep them guessing. Hint at unfaithfulness. Make sure you stand them up.
Right.
Treat them badly. They love those white, tight briefs. A hint of body odor, and be a rogue and a wanderer.
Right. Now give the phone number. Give the phone number.
1-800-449-8686, The Phil Hendry Show.
Now go ahead and come on like you're twisting apart.
David.
Do it!
Okay, this is The Phil Hendry Show, and things aren't too good with my wife, Maria, and I. So you can give us a call right now. I don't know, stuff's really bad, and I'm single. I have a sports car and a weekend place at Lake Arrowhead, and I like jazz.
Play a little bit of the jazz, Craig. Go ahead.
I like light jazz, and I know a lot of you'd like to come, and I also read Bridges of Madison County. I drink white wine, and I'd like to be your friend, I guess.
Give the phone number.
1-800-449-8686 is the number.
Tell them how you're,
I'm drifting apart from my wife. My marriage is kind of on the rocks.
Go ahead. Take a break.
Okay, this is the Phil Hendry Show, 1-800-449-8686. 1-800-449-8686, Phil Hendry Show. With us is David Hall, Vice President of what is that, our music now? Vice President of Syndication for the Phil Hendry Show. That was the music I hit there, David, right?
That's a little bit of light jazz.
All right, we're talking about what women want and how I can be, I don't know, how I can be more interesting to single women.
Exactly. How you can make yourself interesting to single women. One of the things that's really, really important, Phil, is for you to pretend as if something is, amiss in your relationship with your wife.
And well, what we got here is the largest consumer spending block are single women.
That's right. And the way to get them is to appear as if you're single yourself.
You want me to reinvent my life on the air?
Absolutely.
All right, I don't know if the audience is going to buy it.
It's a character that you play, Phil, and I think in every walk of life and entertainment, you have to play a character. The character you're playing is a suave guy that digs jazz, drives a sports car, has a weekend place at Arrowhead, and, plays a little hard to get, and you're a project. That's very important.
And what is significant about being a project?
Women always want to change men. They want to hook up with a guy and make him something great. They want to pick him up out of the gutter and turn him into a man. Now, they're never able to do that. Keep in mind that women fail every time they try to do that. But women, for hundreds, if not thousands of years, have believed that they can change men. They always fail, but they keep on trying.
And so what am I supposed to come on like I'm a bad boy and
a bad boy who needs reforming, and then mommy's going to call up and try and change you? That is what's going to lock in the female audience. Now take a phone call.
All right, 1-800-449.
And tell him, pretend like you're single.
And I'm single, and my marriage is not doing very well. 1-800-449-8686. Hollywood, Florida, on the Phil Hendry Show. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Hi.
Well, the first thing I want to say is it's complete. Hello?
How old are you?
How old am I?
Yes, ma'am.
50.
Oh, come on. We want them younger.
Well, you want me to tell you what? You want me to tell you that I'm 30? Well, I'm not telling you the truth yet.
What good is this call going to do us?
Let me just hear what the lady...
I'll tell you what good it's going to do you. You are the worst example of what any woman would want to see in a man. And you have no business telling him how to behave.
Wait a second. You know that all women like to change men and turn...
You don't know a goddamn thing about all women.
Hey, wait a second. I'm talking about chicks that want to change a guy so that he's not a bad... Well, you're 50. What do you know about it?
What do I know? Oh, I've had experience.
Experience with what?
With men like you. You're worth nothing.
There you go.
You're garbage. You are worth nothing. You're just as good as any fascist was.
See how better she is, Phil? She hooked up with a guy like me.
Yes. Now I could talk to Phil, and my phone, my voice will be modulated when I speak to Phil.
Pretend like you.
See, you have nothing but. I have nothing but disgusting feelings about you.
My marriage is on the rocks.
Your marriage is on the rocks?
Yeah.
Well, you have your wife filed for divorce?
Tell her you're single.
I'm single for the most part.
You mean you are divorced?
No, I'm not.
In other words, it's okay. Whatever you tell me is fine. I have no problem with anything.
Tell me you got a bachelor pad.
I have a bachelor pad.
Look,
I have a bachelor pad.
May I say something?
Yes, dear. Go ahead.
The only problem I have listen to
yes, ma'am. Go right ahead.
Fascist. Yes. He's nothing but a fascist and a show-off. and he's full of hot air.
You hear how bitter she is? Because she hooked up with a bad boy and couldn't change him.
Of course I hooked up with a bad boy.
You hooked up with a bad boy, huh?
I want to tell you something, Zoran. My bad boy is dead, but had he been alive, he would have broken your bones.
Oh, he was a mob guy.
That's right.
You shouldn't be talking.
Yeah, you know the guys in Brooklyn who used to break the guys' bones?
So you were mobbed up, huh?
Very sure I was.
You were all mobbed up.
Absolutely, but guys like you were never allowed to walk in because you're a disaster to the human race.
How many of them could you take on in one night?
Listen, go join Hitler. You're worse. You're just as bad as he is.
Go join Hitler.
You're just like Hitler.
Don't tell me that was
Go join him in hell.
Did you know Hitler?
Because that's where you belong, you moron.
Well, listen, I'll tell you something. She's great. She's all bitter because she was hooked up with Hitler once, and he broke her heart.
She didn't say that she was hooked up with Hitler.
I said he's a Hitler.
All right, thanks for your call, ma'am.
She loves to change the bad boys.
Thank you for your call. Here is Pennsylvania, Broomall, Pennsylvania, on the Phil Hendry Show. Hello.
Good evening.
Yes, ma'am.
Jesus, can we get anybody under the age of 106?
Will you 1-800-449-8686. Here is Fullerton on the Phil Hendry Show. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, hi.
Hello, this is Fullerton, California.
I don't know. Something happened to her car phone or something.
This is a car phone, yeah.
Yeah, you like bad boys?
Hello.
Hello, yeah. Do you like bad boys?
You know what? I can't understand you. Do I like what?
Do you like bad boys?
Bad boys. Well, I don't know what you mean by bad boys, but I want to talk to Phil for a minute. Phil, I want to comment to you on your show, what a wonderful show you have. And I enjoy sharing, I enjoy hearing things about your marriage and about your life.
No. We're trying to get single women. We got nothing but 106-year-old women calling. We want young women.
No. I'm not 106. I'm one of those,
wait a minute, I'm talking about you.
I'm one of those consumers that loves to spend, you
got
see.
spending control, see?
I'm sorry?
You didn't hear me?
No, I can barely hear you. One more time.
What did you say?
Well, anyway, so,
we want...
Am I still on?
Yes, yes, I'm sorry. Yes, go ahead.
Well, what are you yelling at me?
You're
yelling at her. Don't
calm down 1 minute.
Right.
I'm calling from Fullerton, California. Now, David, hold on. You're on the air.
Yeah, all right. Pretend like I'm a bad boy. All right, so anyway, we've got David Hall here talking about the largest consumer spending block, single women. 1-800-449-8686 is the number to call. It's the Phil Hendry Show here. I don't know what he wants me to... and I'm single, and my marriage is on the rocks, and I got a weekend place at Lake Arrowhead, and I like jazz like this. There you go. Phil Hendry Show. 1-800-449-8686.
The Phil Hendry Show is back. 1-800-449-8686.
I just want to mention the Sopranos last night was... it looked sedate, but at the same time, it was, I believe, it was a great way to wrap up the season. Now, who is it? David, I'm going to...
Well, why aren't you doing the Ronald Reagan testimonial?
I wanted to get to it.
It's already an hour and a half into your show, and I have told all the hosts I want a Ronald Reagan essay. Didn't you get the memo?
What memo?
The memo that I slid under your door.
That was at the Chinese restaurant menu.
I put the memo on the back of that Chinese restaurant menu.
It was a freaking menu for chopsticks.
And the memo was on the back.
All right, then I didn't get it.
Oh, look, you knew that I wanted you to do the Ronald Reagan essay. One of the greatest presidents that ever lived has just passed on. I asked all the hosts to do one, and they all did it except for you. Now, what are you, special? You need some kind of a printed invitation? Is that it? Well,
David,
What?
I am very sorry that President Reagan has passed on.
Yeah?
But I wasn't a big supporter of his politics.
Now, you hold it just there.
Well, David...
You just wait a minute. You're going to do an essay about Ronald Reagan being a great president, or I'm going to come down there, tear out your eyeballs, and have long, passionate sex till the wee hours with your skull. Do you understand me?
I don't think that would be authentic.
I don't care what you think. Ronald Reagan was one of the greatest presidents we've ever had, and you're going to do an essay espousing the man's brilliance, talking about the great way that he led this country. You're going to do a 500-word essay on the air now. Bud, is Bud there?
David.
Is Bud Dickman there?
I'm right here, Mr. Hall.
Hook up the show monitor.
Oh, no, not the show monitor.
Right away, Mr. Hall.
Not the show monitor, David. Come on.
No, I want you to not only do an essay, I want it to be proven that it's a good essay. And the only way I can know is by hooking up the show monitor. That'll tell us whether you're being boring or whether you're being interesting. Go ahead, Bud.
Okay, it's hooked up right now, Mr. Hall.
David, every time I talk...
Just never mind. Now, as you know, this is how the show monitor works. When we hear that beeping, your show's alive and doing very well. But when we hear this sound, go ahead, Bud.
Okay, Mr. Hall.
You're dead. Your show's dead and you're boring. You're dull as hell. Now, I want to hear this and not this. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, now do an essay on Ronald Reagan. I'll be sitting here. Bud, you be monitoring the equipment, correct?
Yes, sir, Mr. Hall. I'm going to monitor the equipment.
Oh, man.
Go ahead, do the Reagan thing.
Hi, everybody. My name's Phil Hendry.
Get on with it, will you? You're boring.
You're boring when you say your name.
Okay, all right. Ronald Reagan, I believe, was one of the most pivotal presidents this century has ever seen. He was a man of great...
Bullcrap! Bullcrap!
Boring, dull. Boring, dull.
Okay, let me try again. Ronald Reagan, there's no doubt, was instrumental in bringing down the Berlin Wall, and in so doing, brought the Cold War to an end. However, I feel that many of the arms deals that he did with...
Oh, you're going to get into that Iran-Contra crap again? You're dull!
Phil, you're dull. Do a better one.
Okay. I think that President Reagan, there's no, I really think that...
What are you trying to do? Kill the show? You're murdering it.
You're murdering it.
You got to repeat everything he says?
You're murdering the show. Get it. Come on, you're killing it.
Anyway, Ronald Reagan, yeah, okay. What do we
want? Porky Pig? That's not what they want. All right, it's dead. Forget it, bud. Unhook it.
No, I can do this.
No, it's dead.
Rest in peace, Phil's show.
I can do this.
No. It's all over, Phil. Bud, go ahead.
Come on, Bud. Get out of here.
You'll be sorry that you ever...
Hook up the show monitor.